hate it. Okay. Oh, I can hear it. Kind of.
There you go.
It sounds like it's underwater, but I hear it. 1 full year and we've got the song.
I appreciate that clapping, Nick. Saint Nick, as you can see. Welcome back to GoodFlickas. Welcome to GoodFlickas, home of the GoodFlickas. Can you take our critiques? Let's find out. As I welcome some fine folks, and some in person, some not. But we're gonna figure that out for next year.
I actually can't hear you through the headphone.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Santa Claus has been here for all of 5 seconds.
Right next
He's already
to him. I can hear what you're saying, dude.
He's already a trouble guy. Well, so we'll get into it with him, but he is missing a hearing aid at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. So he is 1 ear down. But welcome to GoodFlickas. We are going to be talking about Beauty and the Beast, the Enchanted Christmas. I am, of course, Matt, joined tonight with Brian. I'm skipping him this time.
I'm just here to help decorate the castle. Is this where it happens?
Decorating the castle. Oh, what's his name? Christmas Bell. Nice. A pun. A wonderful pun. Excellent. Yeah, then let's decorate this castle. Let's make this Christmas up. Joining us as well is Jen with a nice big cup of something.
Oh, it's so good, you guys. It's dark hot chocolate and whiskey.
Ooh. Yes, please.
Merry Christmas.
Hell yeah.
And Happy New Year.
Oh, and
Just put a splash of Baileys in there. You good to go. I love throwing Baileys into
absolutely
alcoholic hot chocolate or something. Just
yes,
that little cream.
I'm telling you, bourbon cream. I said this last time. Bourbon cream.
Kentucky boy over here.
Yeah.
You know, if you're feeling really wild, you can just make the hot chocolate with Baileys and skip the milk.
Oh man, is that ballsy?
Did you guys know that an iced hot chocolate is just chocolate milk?
I believe there are some that would argue against you, but yes.
I saw a
So
YouTube short the other day. It was
so for the record, this is one of Santa's helpers, right? I think that's what we need to disclose.
Well, you know what? Before he goes off on his rant, let's just introduce him. So we, of course, have the bearded badass himself. Santa Claus is here. Nick Klaus. So yes, we are joined tonight with the man himself in red.
Hello, ho, ho, bitches.
Your rap better be good
Santa's
tonight.
helper.
we're need to parental guidance this one, guys.
I just want to say I watched this YouTube short of this guy who was like ordering coffee or like ordering at a coffee shop. He's like, "Can I get a hot chocolate iced?" And then the cashier is like, "So you want a chocolate milk?"
Hot chocolate ice.
It killed me. It was so funny.
Teeing it up. So you want a chocolate milk?
Mm-hmm.
No, I said a hot chocolate iced.
Yeah.
Can I get an avocado toast with no avocado?
So you want toast?
So you want toast?
but
Yeah.
I don't want the toast toasted. So you just want bread.
You think you can handle that cheese? Oh man. All right. So this is going to be a short night for a few of us because it is the holiday season and we are busy bees. And unfortunately, we have to have early nights. But, you know, until you guys are viewing and watching us enough that we are, you know, famous and we can do this for a living, we got to, you know, do real jobs. So tell us about your, you know, tell your friends, share us, like us, you know, get up on them Instas. But who, you know, actually I forgot that we need to do Jen, this was your pick. So give us the wonderful and bewildering, baffling, incredible journey that led to you choosing this particular movie.
It's Beauty and the Beast.
I love that it's on.
It's Beauty and
Enough
the
said.
Beast.
Yeah.
What else needs to be said? Those are my friends, and we had to bring them back, and we had to see how their Christmas was. So, just
True.
friends hanging out with friends.
Friends hanging out with friends. I appreciate that. Yeah. Okay. That is a lovely reason and a perfect sentiment for, the holiday season, right? Like friends hanging out with friends.
Yes.
All right. Now, did anybody want to go first for initial thoughts on the scores?
I'll go ho ho.
We're gonna have that all fucking night.
Is that gonna
In
be
the count in future, Nick. How many ho hos does he throw out?
All right. So yeah, so Beauty and the Beast, the Enchanted Christmas. I had never heard of this version of the movie before. And I think we had talked about it towards the end last week that it wasn't like a feature length film. It was kind of like but not like a short film. It was just a film. It was like over an hour, but less than 90 minutes. And so like it's definitely a story that is, I want to say rushed, but not rushed. It's more like condensed. It's a very like condensed story. It's very quick. And I just think that I felt like it lacked a lot of substance for me. It just like it has like the Christmas like spirit in there, but I just felt like some of the characters just needed a little bit more like oomph to them, and it was just hard to like connect with some of them. There were like a couple of like the smaller like personified characters that I really liked that were new to this version, and like they were fun to watch, but I just I needed a little bit more substance, and also not a big fan of the mix between 3D and 2D animation. I know that's a hot take, but that's just not. I don't like it. um, and yeah, so not my favorite movie of them all. I still like the original. The original story is great. It's amazing. But this one's just didn't really hit it for me. I give it a 3 out of 5. Like, are you saying that like a 3 is still like pretty good, even for what I was saying? Is that why you're laughing?
He is kicked out of the
All right. So Beauty and the Beast, the Enchanted Christmas. I'm trying to remember if I watched this or not. And if I did, I blanked it out of my mind. And I will forever blank it out of my mind. It's like a group of Disney summer interns got together and we're just like, let's put a movie together, guys. Any ideas? I know. Let's make a Christmas special for Beauty and the Beast. Greenlit. We're doing it. And this is what it feels like. It is the I can't wait to unpack the stupidity behind this. If you know Beauty and the Beast as well as I do and my sister does, and I'm sure you guys do as well, I have a lot of questions. A lot of questions. And I look forward to talking about it. I barely wrote down any scenes, but I'm happy to talk about any scene. But the only time I actually write down scenes was when they impress me. So you get 2 out of me. And that was being very generous. So yeah, I am looking forward to breaking this one down. Logistically, logically, nothing is making sense, and I can't wait to compare. Normally, it's weird. I went into this movie thinking you're not going to compare this to Beauty and the Beast. It may be the same friends and the same characters, but you can't compare it. Until I saw the storyline, I'm like, oh, that's out the window. We're comparing it entirely now. And I got more excited about talking about it with you guys than I definitely was watching the movie. So I'm giving this one a 3.2. And that's where we stand on that.
Jen, I'll go next so that you can go last. So this movie, I've definitely seen. You know what?
Matt, you might
So
want to bump up
I
your,
may
your
have
volume if you can.
what now?
You might want to bump up your volume a little. I'm noticing a sound difference between you and Nick.
Could be.
Okay, maybe bump it down a little.
Wow, dude. Literally nothing's changing.
I mean, that got really loud.
Shut up.
There you go. That's better.
Anyway, so I may have seen this movie once or twice.
I am forever judging you right now.
It's definitely in the library. I definitely own it.
Oh my
I'm holding it
gosh.
here. VHS, my friends. Yeah, you can take a look at that. It's all good. Yeah, it's show and tell over here. This is what you guys missed out
You
on.
know what? This movie, sorry, I'm gonna chime in on real quick. Now that I actually see that you own it.
Yeah.
This movie is something that this is a movie that you'd want to get together with a group of friends, drink, and just make fun of it as much as you
for
possibly
sure.
can. Like that's what this movie is for. Okay, go ahead, Matt.
Well, just to go along those lines, this movie is like on the head end. Like this is the starting end of all of the straight to VHS, straight to DVD sequels
Yeah.
that Disney was churning out for a fucking decade.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, this isn't as bad as it could be. Ultimately, it's a pretty okay movie. I agree with Nick when he says like this is a condensed story. There's a lot more that I wish was in here. Excuse me. My first nitpick. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. No, I've got like hiccups. It's crazy. But like my first like nitpick is Bernadette Peters is severely underutilized in this movie. And it's tragic. I would say that it's pretty fucked up indeed. So ultimately, I think that this movie has a lot of really good stuff going on with it, but you can tell that it's condensed. You can tell that like, okay, we got to stream like this. Brian, I think you said it best. Like this is a Christmas special. I mean, it's set up exactly like every Christmas special is. Like, oh, remember the good old days? Tell us about the old times. And it's a flashback into
that I lived through.
Yeah. So it's a perfect setup. It's a great little Christmas special. It's nice. Like for this kids to come on Disney Channel every year, you get your Christmas specials with your Disney princesses and things. Like hell yeah, it's great. It's fine. I'm looking forward to getting into it, especially since it is designed to be. He's moving the camera. Don't worry about it. Listen to my words, not my face. I think because this is like a true like sequel, prequel, midquel. I've heard different. Well, yeah. Brian reacted, so he read the fact too. But yeah, because this is it's woven into the original story, we're gonna have to talk about that. But ultimately, it's very okay. I wish it had more. I wish they expanded on this. An hour and a half would have been a nice, just give me those 15 extra minutes. Give me those 20 extra minutes. I would have appreciated them. A little more depth. Especially since I think they wrote interesting enough characters to come into this. So they could have done better, but I enjoyed enough of what we got. Ultimately, I gave this movie a 3.
Back at it again.
just to prove that one too.
It's been a minute.
3.
It's been a minute. You know what? I don't have my phone, but I'll prove mine to you too.
You said it already, so I don't.
What do you mean? What do you mean? It's been a minute. Last week, 4.4 Matt, 4.5 Nick.
When was the last time we were like dead on the same though? That
on?
feels like it's been a minute.
Let's see. Dead on.
No,
I'll do some research.
Oh, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh, very close. Haunted Mansion 4.1 and 4.
Mm,
We're always like either
we're right there. Yeah. That tells me you guys are wrong most of the time.
Another very close. Big George Foreman 4 and 4.1.
We're right
Oh
there.
my God, this is the closest. On the professional, 3.89, 3.9.
Who had the 8, 9?
Yeah.
You did.
Okay.
I don't do decimals.
No?
No.
Oh, sometimes you need that second. You need
No.
that second decimal.
No.
Jen gets it when you don't have enough tens to give.
Yes.
I'm gonna throw out a score in the future just to throw you guys off. I'm gonna say like, yeah, this movie was a 3.89753.
You can call it whatever you want. We still only record to 2 decimals.
Yep.
And we round up.
Yeah. This movie was pie.
All right, so you guys actually have not hit the same. Oh, here we go. Big 4.3, 4.3.
Wow. Big was the last time that we were spot on.
You were spot on, but I mean, there are times where you are
Neck and neck.
0.01
Oh, we're
away,
there.
or
Oh, we're there. I mean, look at the hats. We're there. We're
Yeah.
close, but not the same.
He's grumpy and I'm not.
It's-
grumpy.
It is kind of funny to me that like I'm over here. I've got my dark flannel on, it's blue green, and he's over here in freaking red and white. Just like,
the contrast.
yeah, like it's kind of perfect. Santa and the Grinch over here.
yeah.
and the Christmas tree is on my side too, like in the back.
True.
Humbug. But Jen, go ahead and tell us what your thoughts and score are.
Okay, so I've seen this movie plenty of times, but I forgot like what it was about, let's just go with it, guys. So I really enjoy it. They're still my friends. I think it was good. I think it was good. It was good timing for this movie. Around the holiday season, we're all busy. We're all got our lives and everything. So I'm glad that it was short and fun and lighthearted. I give it, though, I'm going to give it the highest score. I have to give it like a 4.8. Like, it's not Beauty and the Beast, but I mean, to me, it's close enough. I love it.
So biased.
It's such a cute movie.
You
It's
know
really-
what? That's a fan right there.
That is, yeah.
Good for you, Jen.
They can make any movie with Beauty and the Beast cast in it, and Jen would just be like, yes. Just you have my money, just take it. Oh, they're gonna be in the desert. All right, let's hang out with them in a desert. Let's see what happens.
Did you ever watch? I think it was like Beast or Beastly.
No.
It's like a modern day thing where like, we'll get into that later.
Well, I relate it a lot to Belle in this one. And I don't know why. I just connected with her a lot with her books and the stories and getting lost in them. Sounds like a good time.
Okay.
I feel like if they made like Beauty and the Beast goes to space, like Jen would watch that like in a heart.
100%.
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. They go to outer space.
Spice.
I would
He
march
messed up the accent. I had to make fun of him.
Beauty and the Beast, clean the castle. Yes.
Yes,
Can't wait.
that.
Finally, we get to see that feather duster work.
Beauty and the Beast try to be gangsters for 30 days. It's just like,
You telling me the Beast isn't gangster?
yeah. So they Crips. They turn like Crips, like Norteños. Like Belle is a blood, you know?
He's going canon, like he's going like legit world on this thing.
Yeah, like this is the lore. Actually, no, Belle she's a Crip because she wears a blue dress.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know what? And the Beast wears a red cape, so he's a blood. This is a Romeo and Juliet story. If we really dive into this,
Beauty and the Beast, straight out of
Compton.
no, straight out of Castle.
Are we done?
No,
No.
he will not stop. Can't stop, addicted to the shit. No.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, I'm done.
All All right. Are we ready for
Oh,
the fun facts wrap?
okay. I have an announcement to make. It is with heavy heart that I am going to cancel fun fact wrap for the time being. Simply just because I'm getting a little burnt out from it.
All right.
Just my honest. I'm just being real.
All
Getting a
right.
little burnt out on it. I'm getting like I'm having a creative block.
All right. Okay.
I just
Okay.
need to switch it up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I know. I get you.
Yeah.
He's gonna
So,
shake it up for 2024, guys.
yeah, I'm gonna come back big in 2024.
Yeah.
I'm just yeah.
Next year, Santa's handing out cold all the good boys and girls. Shaking things up. I like it.
Handing coal to the good boys and girls.
Yeah.
That's not at all what I want.
Why not?
Because that's bad.
It's shaking it up though.
It's shaking it up. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is Santa more, environmentally conscious?
Or, okay.
Yeah.
How about Santa giving out his cookies and milk to the boys and girls? Sounds weird though. Don't do it. Never mind. I don't like it.
I keep the cookies in the cookie jar.
I think you should switch to an electric vehicle. The methane is left behind by all of those reindeer farting across the skies. Like it's terrible. Santa, you're destroying the ozone.
Yeah, and coal, we don't want those fossil fuels. We don't want that. Elon Musk, make me a Tesla sleigh. A Tesla. A Tesla.
We just wrote the next year's commercial for Tesla. You're welcome.
This picture.
The Cybertruck or whatever is failing horribly, but the
I can
Tesla
just picture this commercial.
Be the bomb.
Santa's at his Tesla station just charging up.
And the
He can only
reindeer
make it
Plugging in the
300 miles
sleigh.
to get a charge.
Talking to Mrs. Claus, getting ready for that big night, Ma.
The cyber sleigh.
Rudolph turns around, looks at the sleigh, gets all sad. His nose just dims down. He's like, "They don't need me anymore."
I have to plug Rudolph into the outlet to like charge his nose.
Oh dear God!
I got it. So
What?
you have Santa charging up at a station, taking forever. Meanwhile, you have like reindeer, but they're actually like horses, and then it becomes a Mustang commercial.
Oh.
All right, Ford, are you
don't need
listening?
the power.
Yeah, it's like, okay, that's cute, Santa, but you ditched us for that. Let's get the horsepower back in there.
Ford
Genius. I love it. I love it.
sleigh. But it's spelled like SLAY.
Yes, because that's the world we live in now.
All right. So yes, no fun fact song for the time being. But I'll come back. I'll come back with it.
Baby, come back. Well, then, in that case, fun facts, fun facts, fun facts, fun facts. And over to you, Brian.
All right. It's just strange now.
We're having fun.
I thought that was a great segue.
Deck the halls with Brian. Fun facts. La 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 la. There you go. That's all you're getting.
That was a great sex sleigh.
Oh dear God, he's trying too hard now.
Yeah, really just hurting it on this one.
At the bottom of the sack.
To the
on that
bottom
one.
of the bag.
Bottom of the sack on that one.
Matt, you can just do us a favor and push him off the roof. We know what happens.
Oh.
I don't want to put that suit on. It's a lot of responsibility. I'd have to get married in like 2 years. Like, oh,
Yeah. Whew. All right. So, Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas, came out in 1997, which, if I remember correctly, that's 6 years after Beauty and the Beast. I want to say Beauty and
Yes,
the Beast was
pretty sure it's
91.
I think so.
182.
Directed by Andrew Knight, who has directed 4 total things in his career. One of them is called When Animals Nap.
When animals nap.
Yep.
Okay.
Another one is called Bolts and Blip Robot Warriors 2012.
That sounds awesome.
And another one is Plumber, which looks to be a Pixar short, is my guess based off of the cover. 2003.
Interesting.
So that's it for that.
Well, yeah, so I'm looking through some of his stuff just to see. Like, it looks like he's probably an animator that's kind of turned filmmaker, like director. It looks like he was a storyboard artist for All Dogs Go to Heaven 2.
Oh, it's a good movie.
Yeah, storyboard artist for a lot of animated movies. Heathcliff the movie. So I don't know who Asterix is, but it did a lot of there. Storyboard artist for 64 episodes of Inspector Gadget. Yeah, anime. So yeah, it looks like oh wow. Animation director for Joseph and the King of Dreams. Supervising animator for Tank Girl. Yeah. So it's animation seems to be like his real connection. So yeah. But lots of movies. I mean, lots of kid stuff, but like dude's been working.
Yeah. Not directing though.
No.
All right. So the cast, lot of return members, some new members, some return members new voiced. But anyway, you've got Paige O'Hara who's voicing Belle, Robbie Benson who voiced the Beast. That all is the same. Jerry Orbach who's Lemire, David Ogden who is Cogsworth. Then you have some new ones. Matt already mentioned her, but Bernadette Peters. Now, the name may not sound familiar to some, may sound very familiar to others, but if you need a refresher, especially the Good Flicka crew, we have done a movie with Bernadette Peters. Does anyone want to guess which movie?
Is she the French woman? She the French woman?
Yes.
Bernadette is Angelique, the little angel.
Yeah. Okay. Like as a
It's
voice
not
actor.
that's not her real accent. But no, we watched a movie that was live action.
Live action.
It was, yeah.
Oh, I have no clue.
It was on Disney Plus.
Was it Beauty and the Beast?
Not quite. It was a musical though.
10 minutes.
9 minutes.
The Cinderella?
There it is. I was trying to get the countdown going for you, but it kept, I liked what you did there, Brian.
Little hint.
It was good. Yes.
Yeah, Bernadette plays the stepmother. I am drawing a blank on her character name, actually. I just know it as Bernadette.
Oh,
Weirdly enough, I don't remember if she got a name.
Wasn't she like the evil?
She's the main evil stepmother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she was
Are there other evil stepmothers in that Cinderella movie?
Oh wait, mother, yeah, not sisters. Anyway. So yeah, that's her. And then you've got Tim Curry, who is the voice of Forte.
Yes.
The voice of Chip is changed. It is Haley Joel Osment.
Who's he?
Someone that sees dead people.
Oh, okay. I was like, that name sounds familiar.
And that's and then of course the late, the great Angela Lansbury returns to our hearts.
I did want to shout out one other one.
Sure, go ahead.
So it was the voice of Fife. Paul Rubens. You also rest in peace. He died I think earlier this year, not too long ago. But you may recognize him more commonly as Pee Wee Herman.
That was Fife? I had no idea.
Yeah, he did die recently.
Wow.
Yep.
I actually watched Pee Wee Herman's
Big Adventure, Big
Adventure.
Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Pee Wee's Big Adventure. I actually watched that, and then he passed away like shortly after I watched it.
You killed him.
So you killed Pee Wee. Santa killed Pee Wee. Perfect. Well, we're ruined.
Yes, I am murderer.
It's like the Lion King all over again. I hear Matthew Broderick screaming, "Murderer,
Murder. Murder.
Was there any characters, anyone that wanted people that they wanted to shout out to or anything?
Since
I
you
think
brought up Haley Joel Osment, like that was a name that I saw and was trying really hard to pinpoint.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until about like mid movie where he was saying more than just like mama, mama, like all like that kind of boring crap. He actually had like significant lines.
Yeah.
That was the only moment where like, there you are, Haley. So for the most part, I thought they did a pretty good job of matching him, especially given that at this point, I imagine Haley Joel Osment was blowing up. I don't know if he's done the Sixth Sense yet or not, but I think he about at that time.
I can't remember what year that came out.
I'm just realizing his name is Haley.
Haley Joel Osment. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Haley.
Haley.
Oh, so no I after the A, just HAL. Interesting.
I'm gonna take the time to shout out Tim Curry, the Forte character.
Yeah.
What a villain.
Yes.
What a really just interesting a villain, especially for a Disney villain. And I'm not gonna lie, at first like I'd say scene or so that I heard him in, I was like, did Scar? Is that like I had to actually look to see if it was the voice of Scar, who I can't remember his name, which is killing me right now.
Jeremy Irons.
Thank you. I could have sworn it was Jeremy Irons, and then I looked it up. I was like, oh, that is Tim Curry. Okay. But it definitely had a little bit of a Scar resemblance. I mean, enough for me to actually think that it was Jeremy Irons. But I did like the way that Tim played this character, and I thought Forte was a very interesting little Disney villain. Go ahead, John.
I had a question about him. So I don't know people by their real names, but their like character names. Was that Cedric from Home Alone 2?
It is, yes.
Him. Okay. That's so funny.
We love you.
Yeah.
A nice cheese pizza.
I thought that was him. I was like,
Yep.
"God, boys."
That was him.
Huge shout out to Tim Curry. I love Tim Curry. I think he is just an incredible actor, but God, he makes an amazing villain. And not too long, but around this time, like he did Ferngully, where he's like another kind of horrific thing.
Yeah.
Like he is such a good villain.
He
And
is.
don't forget, this is the same guy who voices Nigel Thornberry
Oh, from
from the Wild Thornberries.
Mm-hmm.
Same guy.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yeah, same guy.
I'm looking at this some of his works right now. So he's got the Rocky Horror Picture Show,
The best.
Home Alone 2. We just mentioned that. This is a fun little Halloween favorite for me. It's the movie called Clue. If anyone's seen that, it's based off of the game Clue.
That is a great one. I hope they never remake, but they're going to.
He's in Charlie's Angels, The Hunt for Red October. So yeah, I mean, he's got some good titles under his belt.
He's done some random things though. He's in Scary Movie too.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's in the Three Musketeers.
Oh yeah, he's our villain. He's the Cardinal.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Another one we saw. Yeah.
And then the more you scroll down, the more looks like voiceover kid work that he does. Rugrats Go Wild, the Rugrats movie, Rugrats in Paris, Scooby Doo,
Rugrats in
Beauty and the
Paris.
Beast. So a lot of
Yeah.
kid voiceover acting going on here.
So in I think the first Rugrats movie, he's the voice of like the obnoxious news guy that's like trying to make a big story out of this. Meanwhile, Dee Dee and the rest of them are panicking and freaking out, and he's just like, like he's just obnoxious in their face. Yeah,
Dude, I haven't seen that
freaking
movie.
Tim
a
Curry is
minute.
he's amazing, dude. I love him as an actor. One quick shout out as a voice thing that he's done. The Mighty Ducks, the animated series. He's Draconis. Another great
Okay.
silver villain. And that's just because I have to shout out the Mighty Ducks.
You always do.
I gots to.
I got to. Quack, quack.
Mr. Goldie.
Okay. So let's go to the ratings. GoodFlickas. We're giving this one a 3.5 out of 5. Flat.
Respectable.
3.5.
You guys piss me off.
Letterbox. Well, then prepare to get real angry. Like beast angry.
Guys,
Oh,
me off.
Letterbox is 2.6 out of 5.
Wait, what? Sorry.
2.6 out of 5.
Letterboxed.
IMDb is 5.9 out of 10.
About on
Roger
par.
Ebert was like, I'm out.
Dude, this is a sequel and it's a kids animated movie. There's no way he's watching that.
There was no rating for Raj.
There's no way he's watching that.
He's like feature films only.
Budget was not available, nor was worldwide gross. But I think actually, to be honest, you heard it, you breaking news. You hear it here first, guys. Matt just showed us the Enchanted Christmas worldwide gross a couple minutes ago. The one and only.
Copy ever sold.
I own the only copy.
Congratulations. We're gonna look into Guinness and see if you got a record that we can get
Wait,
for you
wait,
there,
how
Matt.
much was this? Do you remember? Like if your parents bought it or you bought it or something?
Dude,
1990.
I have no idea how much a VHS cost when I was a kid. I got these as gifts and it was the best thing ever.
Oh, okay. Because
So there it is.
I would have loved
Beauty
for
and the
Brian to be
Beast.
like, budget, don't know, gross, $3.
If I were to guess, a VHS was probably
Like
15,
15,
20
yeah.
bucks.
20.
1990.
Yeah.
Everything was 1995.
Yeah, like every DVD, yeah, Blu-ray.
So yeah, Beauty and the Beast, the Enchanted Castle. We've got the world inventory right there in Matt's hands.
Which,
So,
by the way, I was looking at the back of the box. It says not rated or like no rating.
Oh, interesting,
Yeah, it
because
says not rated.
it has been rated since.
It's just the director's cut. This is the unedited, the uncut version.
It's the original copy.
Yeah.
I still
Oscars
from the
and
vault
Golden
itself.
Globes, please.
Clint,
And
they swept the Oscars and Golden Globe.
what?
They swept it. They took it. They
Oh,
win
yeah,
it.
100%.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, this was the first Disney princess Christmas movie.
Oh,
Right
So
on. True. I
What?
knew about to do it. I knew she could do it.
so basically, it was the first Disney princess cash grab of a Christmas movie. Got it.
that cash grab has such like a negative connotation to it.
Well,
Yes,
this,
I know.
Yeah.
you're using Beauty and the Beast to get everyone's attention,
Yeah.
and then. All right, couple did you notices. Did you notice the Beast licks his teeth the same way Gaston did before proposing to Belle?
What?
Because I read this fact, I absolutely registered it, and
I saw it too. I'm like,
they
oh
definitely
shit, he
do.
did.
the difference is because I feel like is it Gaston is in like it's like rounded or whatever, and he like and like
Gaston's holding a mirror
yeah,
and he's doing this thing.
it's not a perfect mirror.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I did catch it. He totally does.
And then the Beast did the same thing. He like did the snarl and licked his teeth. Did you notice this one was good? I heard it. I'm like, yep, it checks out. But did you notice the beginning of As Long as There's Christmas is very similar to Colors of the Wind?
He's over here looking at me like, did you? I'm like,
I know. I was like, I don't know.
I didn't catch this, but like
the snow and I caught it. The snow, it's when it starts to chime up a little bit, and then the snow comes through the window and it's swirly, just like the leaves in Colors of the Wind. And the tone, it almost sounds like do 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 do, and then it just kicks off into a different tone that's not Colors of the Wind.
that sounded a lot like, do you ever feel
No,
plastic?
we're not doing that. We're not fireworking it. Get out of here. Anyway,
Hey, which one of you
maybe
made us watch the
I'll try
interview?
to-
Otherwise,
maybe
that's all.
I'll cue
Oh,
it
that was
up for
cute.
us and
Alright.
see if you guys can see it, because I was like, wow, that was pretty cool. And it doesn't it makes sense. I mean, Pocahontas wasn't huge, but it wasn't
I'm gonna have to rewatch it and see.
a bust either. Here's another one. Did you notice Maurice never says a word?
I did actually.
Who's Maurice?
Belle's father. He shows up
I
at
mean-
the beginning and the end, and he literally just shows up.
Oh,
I didn't even see you.
yeah.
That's
And please, like, God, there's so many comments I have about the logistics of this movie. Just remember that Maurice is there and doesn't say a word, okay? He'll be coming up shortly. Last one that I was able to find is Thief.
Five.
Fife is based on a very famous composer by the name of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Oh, wow.
Amadeus.
Apparently,
Amadeus.
the mannerisms, the laugh, the personality is almost a mirror image of Mozart.
Which is
That
a
was-
bit scary.
Wow.
I had no idea.
No, because like his music is so sophisticated. Like,
Right, exactly.
that's so crazy.
I wish
Yeah.
I knew more about Mozart just to like have stronger feelings, but
I just feel like that's so interesting.
which it is to think about Mozart, the guy who wrote all of that incredible music,
Yeah,
is going around with that.
exactly.
Like that's his laugh. Like, oh
Can
my-
you imagine? Like he just cranks. I forgot one of his sympathy numbers. Sympathy numbers. But all of a sudden he like finishes it and he's like, "Do we have any cookies?"
like a little Keebler elf.
Like what?
That's
I also like the
wild
idea
to me.
of a sympathy number.
A sympathy, yeah.
like,
He wrote a sympathy
like
song.
their songs are just all about sympathy.
Symphony.
Sympathy.
Oh, that's a tough one. Symphony.
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 Owning.
I can't
Anyway.
remember. Maybe have you guys heard this story? I think it's either Mozart or Beethoven. But when he was like really young, like 5 or 6 or something, somebody challenged him to like play something without missing any notes, and they covered the keys, so he couldn't see the keys. He couldn't see the like. I don't think he even had sheet music, and just busted it out. Couldn't see the keys. Played perfectly from memory. Like
I believe it.
I think, like I said, I think it's either Mozart or Beethoven, but like that is a moment when I could see like somebody challenges me, I knock it out, and I'm 6 years old and just stop, look over.
Yeah.
How, like that is the perfect time for that laugh, just to really piss him off. Like this,
Yeah.
this little giggle. Yeah, I don't have any other fun facts. If
That's
you're,
it for me.
Well, I know we've got you for about 45 minutes to another hour or so if we can stretch it.
Yeah.
How's everybody feeling? Do we want to take a break at all, or do we want to try and just power through some more?
Up to Jen. It's her night.
Oh, whatever.
How about we take a break for the show, but just instantly come back?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
But okay. Yeah.
we're gonna go on a break, but we're not actually gonna take a break. This is just it's a cutting
It's
moment
a
for
YouTube
you.
second. A YouTube second.
And well, it's just you playing the song and or the jingle, and then yeah.
Okay.
But since he's not doing it into the parts anyway, it doesn't. We don't really need to break.
Yeah.
We don't really need to break this up.
But don't you always tune us out or no?
I send us when we go on breaks, and I
Yeah.
play the tune because it helps for the intro outro, and
Okay.
also if we were to cut these up into segments. But Nick is just editing them into one long track, so
Got it.
we don't need to play anything right now. We
Yeah.
just keep going.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you at least have to say that we're back.
If that makes you feel comfortable, Brian. So we all entered the Speed Force and managed to get to the bathroom in a split second. So boom, you didn't even see us. Nothing fell. We were fan freaking tastic. So
Wait,
welcome.
wait. Hold on. Can you and I like do the thing where we like cut like right before we sit down, like we just got back?
I mean, you can, but was like so in tune with the Speed Force that like I didn't have that delay.
Like I went on break, but you didn't.
That's what it looks like. Like you
Yeah.
you glitched.
You know,
somehow
it's
we're
so funny.
standing
You're
up.
over here talking like superhero stuff, and now I cannot not picture Nick looking like Santa Hancock.
I don't totally get it.
I'm Hancock the superhero, but now I'm imagining Billy Bob Thornton as Santa, like bad Santa,
yeah.
but flying around with a freaking bottle of alcohol. Like that's the image.
Nick, have you seen
Bad
Hancock
Santa
with
and
Will Smith?
Hancock?
Yeah.
What was that, Brian?
Nick, have you seen Hancock with Will Smith?
No.
Oh, okay, that's why.
That's why I totally didn't get it. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's basically a broke down bum who becomes a superhero.
Oh. That's a story.
It's actually a pretty decent one. It's got,
It is. Heavy drinker.
Charlize Theron and
Likes his whiskey.
Patrick Bateman. Patrick, I always get this wrong. Is it Patrick Bateman? What is his damn name? Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman.
Jason
I was
Bateman.
like, who's Patrick Bateman?
Patrick Bateman is from American Psycho, a very different person.
All right.
All right.
Beginning. I
We
love
continue.
Yes. Welcome back to GoodFlickas, home of the GoodFlickas. Let's jump into the very beginning, a very good place to start. I wanted to have more notes on this. I really did. But my initial thoughts were it was beautiful. Like it looked to me watching this on Disney Plus. I chose not to watch the VHS, although I really wanted to. I watched this on Disney Plus. It is crisp. It is clean. Like the HDMI image is solid. The colors and everything, it looked perfect. It looked really good. I did notice that one of the characters, I think it's the dad or whatever, like he glances back and he does not have pupils. He's just got white, scary eyes. So like that was something I noticed. But everything looked good. And I really, I was enjoying this. I thought it was pretty. It gets us into the castle and it kicks us off into our Christmas special. Like that's really how I am looking at this movie. Is like this whole intro scene is straight up Christmas special intro. Nothing wrong with it. It's just that's what it is. And it was okay. Like I nothing special, but all right. Go ahead, Brian.
So when the intro kicks in, I see that everyone's in human form, and I'm like, this is weird. I don't need you guys. I don't like you guys in human form, and so I couldn't remember if they brought us out of human form or not. And then when I saw it was a flashback, I'm like, oh, that's a really smart way to get us out of the human form. So thank you for that. And I'm glad that they did, because just seeing everyone in human form, I'm like, I hope the movie's not all in human form, because to me, that's not Beauty and the Beast anymore. So I'm glad that they at least started it off right. And then we'll see what happens. Go ahead, John.
I just like that there's no mistaking that this is a Christmas movie. It is Christmas in your face.
She not wrong.
Is that all? Or
Yeah, that's it.
that was it? Okay. I just wanted to respond to Brian real quick. I can't remember in Beauty and the Beast, didn't the movie end with them in human form?
Yes.
Mhm.
So that's why they start out in human form in this movie, is because it's like,
Yes. In theory, they've spent almost a year out of object form and
Yes.
at this point.
okay, so in the lore of the story, this actually takes place 1 year, or it's just like a totally different
within a year,
universe?
within a year after the original movie. I say within a year because they're showing us, they're starting off at Christmas and they're showing us last Christmas.
Oh, right.
Mhm.
Which was what we saw in Beauty and the Beast.
What we caught were three cut scenes of snowballs and laughter. That was wintertime in Beauty and the Beast. That whole little bit is what this movie consisted of.
Yeah.
And we didn't even get to see the snowball fight. Like, that kind of pissed me off a little.
With that, Matt, I must say there must be something there wasn't there before.
Right? 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 Wow, that's really good, by the way. Like, yeah, kudos. That's a reference to that's a song that they sing in the original Beauty and the Beast movie.
Okay,
There must be something there that wasn't there before. It's actually during that whole scene where the winter stuff is happening.
Actually, I think the edited version would be there must have been a lot of something that wasn't there before.
I just don't remember the soundtrack that much. So.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Are we ready for the memories? Movie memory?
Yes. Every time you do that, I just go straight to freaking Cats. But when I say Cats, it's Miranda Cosgrove from School of Rock singing it.
Hmm.
Nick, why are you even in this club? He's up here like shaking his head. I don't get any of these references.
Don't either.
Why do you even go here?
Who let you in?
She doesn't even go to the school.
That one
You
I
go
get.
to the school? No, I just go because
I just have a lot of feelings.
it makes me feel happy.
Oh my God.
So I'll start off. My movie memory is Forte, plain and simple.
Okay, yeah.
You tell me this movie, I think of Forte.
Yeah.
I'll go. Can I go next?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, mine is gonna be weird, but mine is the title drop. Cause it's just like in your face. Just like
Wow.
Christmas.
It was like what?
Just like Christmas.
Man, I tried to predict yours and I was way off. Damn it. I could have sworn you were gonna say it was the jingly ornaments that just bounced around the entire movie.
No.
I'm like, that seems like Jen's type of people.
Wait, Jen, you're saying that the title drop was your like movie memory? Oh, that's surprising to me because I thought it was like all right. I thought it was an all right title, but okay.
Like I missed it. Like, so you guys, you don't even know. So many times we're watching the movies, title drop over my head, but this one is like,
yeah, it was like the first like frame of the movie.
yeah, it's like it just hits you. I was like, okay, we're in it. This is what it is.
Well, they did that for Beauty and the Beast as well.
Probably.
Don't they do the?
It's all like big and cursive-y and.
But they do the book first, and they tell us the story for like the beginning of the story, and then Beauty and the Beast comes up when they're going into a little town,
right?
And then I'm just kidding.
Stop setting me up, Jen.
Hey.
I'll go next.
Okay.
Mine is the like the boiler room.
Oh yeah.
I loved this scene. I loved all of the little like fireplace tools that like become like personified.
I hope we didn't just lose them.
And
Weird.
the fire stick, like the broom, like the big boiler itself is
The furnace.
a character. Um, I just loved it. It was really cool. I love the colors. Like I love like the red and like the dark and the black and the brown and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love that scene. It was really nice to watch. And like what I also really like about it too is just the fact that it's like they've added really nice characters like to ones that we already know of. You know, like they blend in really well.
Well, for me, my memory, my initial thought anytime this movie is brought up is always Tim Curry and Forte, but my memory watching it this time is the Jewish acts. Like I don't remember that. Like you're talking about new characters. Like that was a character for however long ago it was that I had seen this movie. I don't remember that guy, but watching it this time, I can't not think about him. Like he was, I feel like he was a bit stereotypical in probably a negative way, but one, hey, inclusion during the holidays. But I really enjoyed his character because I thought he was funny, where he's just kind of like a no, it's fine, keep doing it, like and just it's like it's like he's messing with her the entire time. And I liked the joke of it, of like I'm an axe, use me to chop this wood, but I'm gonna complain about it. I thought it was kind of funny, but like I I imagine that could be taken in a much more negative way. Good, Brian.
It's funny you say that because I put the axe as one of my nitpicks.
Really? Okay.
He was just annoying. I don't know if it was the
Oh.
voice. I don't know if it was like the overexertion of it. Like it was almost like trying to throw it in your face type thing. But I'm like, I'm just every time he came on, I just got annoyed. I'm like, okay, well, clearly I'm not a fan of you. And hopefully there's not a lot of you, but yeah.
Yeah, I can see him not being a likable character for sure. Like I
Mhm.
said, it was one of those things I didn't remember him, and because he stuck around and he showed up in multiple scenes, like I just kind of leaned into what he was as a character and just enjoyed the joke.
Yeah.
But did it need to exist? No, that character easily could have been written out. He did say Happy Hanukkah though. Like I mean, seriously, like it's like I I like finding these little nuggets of inclusion in the past because I like to think that we weren't such shitty people, but we were. We definitely made some mistakes in the past. But I appreciate looking back at the '90s, a decade that I grew up in, and seeing at least some effort being made to like try and include other cultures.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anybody did a phenomenal job, but like I said, I think it's very easy to argue that this character is probably very racist, or like he's nothing but a stereotype, and it's not a good representation. I don't know. I am not a Jewish person, but I could see it. I could see that possibility. That being said, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun, and for a character that didn't need to exist, at least it kind of changed the mood when things got a little bit dry and dark. Go ahead, Brian.
Well, I'm just gonna switch the conversation before this thing spirals into a
Thanks, man.
Jewish conversation about the Enchanted Christmas. So,
No, just saying.
all right. I figure this would probably be the best place to start this this conversation once we got two of our things. Okay.
you just
This
say?
movie. What?
What did you just say?
Yeah, you said words.
Yeah. Once we got through, I knew like once we got through the memories and in the intro, I was like, this is probably a good place to start the conversation and see where it goes.
That's Matt's thing. You're the one that says, well, the beginning is a great place to start. That's your thing.
We did that. Were you sleeping?
We already did that, bud.
We did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't hear you say it though.
It's because I've gotten very good at it.
So
And it wasn't immediately after a break,
That's true. Yeah.
a real break.
Sorry,
so
go ahead.
let's just analyze the facts that are given to us. We've got Beauty and the Beast, and then we've got the Enchanted Christmas. And the way that they laid their cards on the table, both movies happened at the same time.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not missing that, right? They said a year ago, this is why the Beast hates Christmas. Because that's when the curse happened. So a year later, right? Well, let's just, quick little summary. What?
No, no. Present time, year back was when the Beast hated.
When we saved Christmas, like they were talking about, like, oh, remember when I saved Christmas? And then
right, that's a year. That is 1 year ago
from
Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
But
so if you
the
think
reason
about
he
this,
hates it is from when he was how old did we determine he was?
Oh, well, so we determined he was 11. So they're already factually wrong on the story that was given to us.
No, they're not. They do the flashback to him being an 11-year-old turning her away.
That was not an 11-year-old.
He was supposed to be an 11-year-old. This
is what I'm saying.
Real fast back then.
They made him small. That's all they did. They took
dude had a full deep voice, and that was not an 11-year-old. You could not convince me that was an 11-year-old. Anyway,
you know what? Just because the challenge is out there, I'm gonna see who voiced young Beast Prince.
Go ahead.
And
probably the same actor.
I kind of hope it's an adult. Yeah.
He was the kid with like the yellow.
You think this low budget movie is gonna go like we need 2 voice actors for these 2 characters?
You just made Haley Joel Osment do.
Hey Angela, can you get in on this? Okay, so the movie starts off. We go in, we find out that we're about to go into a Christmas special, and we find out that 1 year ago is they were trying to save Christmas, right? And then the Beast is mad because on Christmas, the curse, that was the start of the curse. That's what we know.
Yes.
So you're telling me, here's a little summary of if for anyone that's rusty on Beauty and the Beast and doesn't remember quite much. You've got Belle, who's doing her thing in the village. Gaston is obsessed with Belle. Belle says absolutely no Gaston, and then ends up her dad goes on a crazy inventor mission, really messes up that mission. Belle goes to the rescue, finds out that he's in a castle, says, hey, we're going to switch places. Belle's locked in the castle, and Maurice goes back to town to figure out what the hell to do. Then all of a sudden now we've got an angry Beast and Belle, and they try to create relationships together. Belle's like, it's a great idea. I'm going to escape or run into a dark forest where I get almost eaten by wolves. Beast saves her, and then they start to bond together. And then after that, they decide, hey, you know what? We're going to do a dinner together and blah, 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 blah. This is a very quick summary as to what's going on. And then eventually Maurice says, Gaston finds out that Belle has feelings for the Beast, and Gaston's like, not on my watch. So now I'm going to take the whole town, and we're going to go to the castle. We're going to beat it the hell down. We're going to get our asses kicked by people, or not even people, but by furnitures and stools and feather dusters, candlesticks and clocks, and all that's going to happen. And then I'm going to get into a giant fight with the Beast, and then Gaston's going to die, falling off of a cliff or off of the thing, and then the spell's going to be broken. Right?
Yep.
Cool. So that's Beauty and the Beast. Now you're telling me that at the same time that that's happening, the Enchanted Christmas is happening as well. So now we're decorating for Christmas, and we're making sure that not only do I almost die in the Black Forest once, but I'm thinking after being eaten by wolves, you know what's a really good idea? I'm gonna go back to that Black Forest because I need that Christmas tree. Come on.
Remember the place where you were attacked by the wolves? It's probably fine.
Oh, and also forgot other points that I thought of. The West Wing that I'm not allowed to go to ever is now in the original, it seemed like it was this crazy forbidden thing, but I miss Forte? I don't know. I must have blinked or something, but now all of a sudden in this one, Forte is basically on top of the damn rose. There's
He's in a
so
different
many
room.
gaps here, guys. Go ahead, Jed.
I was just gonna say there's many parts to people's lives that are not told. You know, like you post movie club on Instagram, but you're also simultaneously interning as a paramedic. So look at it like that. Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast.
Analogy incoming.
And then they had their other part of their life during that, which was Christmas.
Okay.
It's possible.
So this was something I like that they kind of address in the live action Beauty and the Beast, where when she arrives at the castle, the cursed castle, like it's in this weird wintry zone, right? Like it's winter because that's part of the curse. It's this dark, desolate area. And in the original animated movie, it's kind of assumed the same because every time, you know, like when they're going through this dark forest, it tends to be like snowy, rainy, it's dark, dismal weather, and they get back to the village and everything is fine and beautiful. I don't even think they show snow at any point in the village, right? So
Yeah, they do.
do they?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least they show that winter is, you know, winter is coming. But that's kind of what I liked about what the original was, that they've left it to where it seems like the castle itself has like whatever magic going on with it that creates this weather. So for them to pull like, yeah, here's our Christmas story. Honestly, logistically, I think they did okay. This whole story takes place in what, 2 days, 3 days? Like it's not a ton of time. Actually, what I think when they establish, it's Christmas Eve. It's 2 days.
Yeah.
So this whole story takes place in 2 days. So, I mean, I can believe that happens because within the original, like we get to see a bit of it, you know, we get to see some of these things taking place. But it's ambiguous enough that, you know, so Brian, you made the argument about like all of this stuff happening and things like, so the West Wing in particular, that being off limits, he softens up after saving her from the wolves that first time. And I believe it's before what would be Christmas. Actually, I think do they explain that like the big A Tale as Old as Time dance is actually like their Christmas Eve? Or it's their Christmas Eve dance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, you know, I think he gives her the library before all of that.
Movie?
Sorry, what now?
Are you talking about in this movie or the actual original?
Does this movie establish that the originals A Tale as Old as Time dance takes place on Christmas Eve?
No.
Christmas?
I don't even think it's Christmas or Christmas Eve. Because
is she not wearing her gold dress in this one when they're showing off?
And that's the other thing. I was like, oh, this must have been their dress rehearsal for their Beauty and the Beast dance because they're using the same damn shit.
I think it's supposed to be that's the dance. Like that is it's not like it's a different time. It's that is dance.
There's no way because they had dinner together and then they got ready in the thing and there was no Christmas decorations in and I will say it to make my sister happy in Beauty and the Beast. There was no Christmas decorations in the ballroom or anything. It was just them and Angela just kicking it up 20 notches on that song. And it was nothing Christmas related. And then when I saw in the Enchanted Christmas, I'm like, so this was the gold dress and which came first? I was very confused. Very confused. I was like, but one of these is a dress rehearsal and one of them is the real shit. And I'm gonna go with the real shit as Beauty and the Beast.
It doesn't matter.
Either way, though, I
nice PR answer.
They did. I do think they did a decent job for squeezing in a full story in between the time period that Belle shows up at the Beast and they breaking the curse. Is it somewhat forced? Absolutely. It's a Christmas special. It's always forced, but I thought they did a decent job. It could have been much worse, but I think this is where like Nick and I are saying if they had taken the effort to like really dive into the story and not just kind of blanket it with basic bullshit, it could have been much better. They could have fixed the whole like all these old timeline things that like there's ways to fix these or at least to make them less problematic.
Yep.
For somebody who's looking back at them and like, well, you can't do that because you established this in the first movie, which is obviously canon. Sequels don't mean shit. So
I have a weird, maybe dumb question, but is
there
this
are no dumb
movie
questions.
technically a sequel or is it just like a whole new story?
No.
It's not. It's a whole new story on its own that's actually
It
separate
is
from
no, it is a movie that has been sandwiched in the middle of Beauty and the Beast.
in the middle.
In the middle.
Is that why you were saying a midquel earlier?
It's a midquel. I mean,
it's from like I
hate that name, but that's
terrible.
Yeah.
But
it's really
that's
bad.
the IMDb trivia, whoever wrote it, they used that term midquel because it takes place in the middle of the original movie.
But so is that why you're bringing up all of these like loopholes about like the rose and like the dance and
correct because in Beauty and the Beast, where was Forte? Nowhere to be seen.
Right.
But in the Enchanted Christmas, he's basically watching over the rose.
Right. But see, this is why I was asking. It was like because I thought that this was like in like a whole new version.
No.
Like a whole new story of Beauty and the Beast, just a Christmas edition.
No, picture
I
of
really
Christmas.
had no idea that it was actually part of the original.
It's a 2-day Christmas story sandwiched in the story of Beauty and the Beast.
Wow. Okay.
Which hurts my brain to think.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna be honest. Knowing that now, I think my score would have been lower. Because I really thought this was.
I mean,
separate.
If this is the case, there was a lot of cool tools that Nick was bringing up in the boiler room. Where the hell were they in the fight?
Yeah.
That would have been the most useful objects to have instead of a freaking feather duster that's like being plucked.
Well, a freaking hand axe that can just chop stuff. Like, come on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now I'm more upset.
I mean, and then like I said, the whole like dark forest, black forest, I forgot what they call it, but like you almost died there. And then you're just like, I'm gonna go back for that Christmas tree. Worth it.
For a Christmas tree too. Like
totally worth it.
It was the perfect one.
Yeah, but at that point you gotta look at Chip and just be like, bruh.
Listen, dude.
Let's be realistic here, man.
This Charlie Brown twig working for me.
Yeah.
But wasn't Belle like she was like, that tree's too skinny, like or something like that?
No, that was Chip. Chip was the picky one.
Chip that said that?
Yeah, Belle was ready to go after any tree. She was all for it.
Oh yeah.
She's sitting in there, big puffy coat, going, "It's cold as fuck out here. Pick a goddamn tree and let's go home."
So I've got another nitpick. And again,
There's lots of them. Just
you can't help but compare. So, and this one really bothered me too. Original Beauty and the Beast. The music is 5 out of 5. It is stunning. The songs are just bangers, so memorable to this day. You can probably fire up any song, any lyric of any part of a song, and someone would jump in right next to you because they know exactly what you're singing.
I don't know. Ask the dishes.
Be our guest.
Well played, Matt. I don't know what happened here. I mean, you're already giving a basically barely pieced together storyline in the middle of a phenomenal storyline. You can't even give me decent songs. The songs were just bogus to me. The only good one, and I say good with giving them probably more, being more generous than I should, is As Long As There's Christmas. Other than that, I was so checked out on these songs. They just, what happened? Like it did not have that Disney magic feel that a lot of the Disney movies had around this time, such as Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, what am I'm missing? Oh, Little Mermaid. You know, just the bangers. Like I said, I really feel that it was like Disney interns of the summer that just pieced this one together, and it was a little disappointing.
I think it was me first. Yeah, I'm with you. Every time one of these characters like broke into their number, I was like, oh, they're singing now. like there was no build up to it at all. And usually, like with a lot of like the great songs that that we talk about, they'll start off kind of like slow and mellow, and then they'll have their peaks, and then their lows and their peaks. Like all of these songs just kind of fell flat to me. Like they didn't have any sort of peaks. They started out slow and stayed slow and low and the whole time, and then I was like, oh, they're done. Yeah, so yeah, I'm with you. Go ahead.
The songs are the weakest part of this entire movie. No, I mean none of these songs are catchy. Even the one that like I guarantee if I go back into my VHSs that came out right before this one did, and there's ads for this thing, the one you're gonna hear is As Long As There's Christmas. And that is the most depressing sounding song. Yeah. As long as there's Christmas. Like it's so slow. It's so boring. And most of them are like that. The most singing comes from Forte. And no offense to Tim Curry, who's an amazing singer, has proven that time and time again. These songs just suck. And they make such an effort to show, like, while he is creating this song, these music or whatever, he's infusing it with this green magical energy of something. I don't know. And they make it seem like these songs are meaningful, more meaningful than they really are. And it doesn't work.
I think the green energy is supposed to be like the musical notes like coming out of organ or something.
It could be because he attacks with those notes and stuff.
Yeah.
But how does any of this make any sense? Of all of the objects within this household, he's somehow got this magical quality to him. I mean, they're all magic. They've been turned into freaking objects. But what? He's the lucky one of like, oh yeah, I'm an organ and I can have influence. Like it doesn't make sense. But also they explain nothing. I mean, we're watching the Beast get freaking knocked the fuck out by an organ, a pipe organ that can't even leave the goddamn room. It's not that these are bad things, but the way that they're written is terribly done. Go ahead, Brian.
So we were talking As Long As There's Christmas. I pulled up the scene on YouTube. So did you guys want to see how it sounds like Colors of the Wind? Any curiosity in that or no?
I mean, I suppose, but like
share.
I figured he was going to want to, so I'm going to make sure it's turned on because it never ends. So yeah, you should be able to screen share now. We're gonna get kicked off of Twitch for copyright infringement, but whatever.
This is not. Hey, ready? Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You see it?
Did you optimize it to have audio so we can hear it?
I did. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Mistletoe and snow, those things come and go.
Yeah, it's coming up soon.
Much deeper than snow, stronger than the strongest love we'll know.
Here we go.
We'll ever know.
Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah, I can hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
like
I
the
heard it.
flow of the snow, and I'm like, oh, nicely done.
It's
Yeah,
that little whistling or whatever,
Yeah,
the chimes or whatever that are coming through with it. Like, absolutely could hear that.
yeah, you can eat like once you like hear it, or once you're aware of it, you instantly hear it. You're like, oh yeah, totally Colors of the Wind.
Yes.
Yeah. That was spot on.
Yeah,
So I want to quickly address like more of this like stealing kind of stuff. We know that Disney is notorious for reusing animations,
Oh yeah.
but this movie alone was notorious for reusing the same animation. How many times were the Beast and Belle close-ups? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that look of just like the eyes, and like
Yeah.
it was a big deal in the original because it's like you're seeing the Beast and he's got these piercing blue eyes, and she sees the painting and the same piercing blue eyes, right? Like that shot was meaningful in the first movie. Belle's reaction, the close up to like her face, like those were meaningful. They were done so many damn times in this movie, and all I could think was, well, I don't want to edit, or I don't want to draw another wide shot. Just cut to a close up of their face. Cut to a close up of their face. They did it so many times, especially to the Beast, and it was driving me insane. Like I don't mind reusing animation, but the same one in the same movie over and over and over again, that's a problem. Go ahead, Nick.
It's really funny you mentioned this because there was a thought I had for some of these close-up of their faces.
Look at me now.
It's like some of the shots like held on their faces for such a little bit longer than normal that it looks like their eyes were looking past the camera. It was like their right eye was like looking on the right side of the lens, and their left eye was looking on like the left side. It just like it did look like they were looking at
Looking through you.
Yeah, like looking through the TV at us. It's like off to the sides. I don't know. It was just weird. It's just weird.
I guess it's not a bad thing. You're not supposed to look at the camera.
Well, I guess I don't know. The perspective of seeing like their face, it's like you're looking directly at their face, but like, are they supposed to be looking at the person that they're looking at? But it's like the perspective of them, but it's really us. Does that make sense?
I mean, no, but yeah.
Like if she's looking at the Beast, but we are now a POV of the Beast looking at her.
Mhm.
Isn't that what it's supposed to be?
Where it feels like eye contact. Yeah.
But it just looks like their eyes were like looking past the camera sometimes.
Like they're not actually making eye contact.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like when you're talking to somebody and you can feel them looking through you.
Yeah. Anyway, it was just a thought I had.
Huh. I didn't have that exact thought, but just the fact that that shot kept coming back was annoying. Sorry, are we just tangent off on some nitpicks right now?
On anything.
Awesome. Nick, you brought up the animation. Why is Forte the only one that is CGI? It makes I reading the
Make him look extra villainous.
Well, I get that it's supposed to make him feel like he's an outsider, right? Like he's different than the rest of them. But it's so
yeah, did you see his human form? My God.
He looked like freaking
Go outside.
Dude, the human form of Forte looked like an animated version of Voldemort. The powdered
I don't
wig.
remember what he looked like as human form.
Oh, he looked horrible. He looked
Was he
like
still 3D.
He
no.
looked like death,
He looked like Voldemort with a freaking powdered wig on.
like a skeleton.
Dude was creepy
Get some
AF.
sun, homie.
That is that.
Oh, that was him.
Yes.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
right. Does he not look like freaking Voldemort?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the nose. Like they gave him. Sorry, it's a messed up joke. They gave him Michael Jackson's nose. Okay, and I feel bad for that. Thank you, Christmas. But yeah, I like I said, I get why from a visual standpoint make him physically stand out, but it's clear this guy's the villain. It's clear he's got motives against the rest of them. It didn't make sense. It's jarring. He looks weird. He stands out in an odd way. We brought this up with the Good Dinosaur, right? Where the background, the
Yeah.
landscape is incredible.
Yep.
But because the dinosaurs themselves look cartoony and a little bit
yeah.
silly, they stand out, and it doesn't always work. That's Forte in this. That's another reason why I think he sticks out as like my first memory when I think of this movie, is because he stands out.
I think too. They probably made him 3D because it was cheaper.
Do you think? I mean, this is the start of CGI. This is pre Pixar. This is pre Toy Story.
Here's why I say that though. It's because they had to draw an animate 3D animate one type and then just duplicate that. Right?
I guess that's fair.
And he's smooth, so you don't have to do like texture stuff. I don't know. I think it was. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm just guessing.
You also have to think about it, Matt. In 2023, we're like, oh, this looks a little strange, right? But in 1996, what did I say? Seven, yeah.
7.
In 1997, that probably looked really cool. It was almost
Like
like
standard definition, you know?
or it was almost like, oh my God, this organ is so evil and villainous and creepy looking. And you know, we're like, that's probably at that point like groundbreaking technology.
See, that's the problem for me though, is I feel like that's what it is it's groundbreaking technology, and like, well, we have to use this.
Yeah.
And wasn't this was the first animation done by like the Toronto Studios animation studio? Sure. So I mean, this is the first, if not one of the first projects of a new animation studio. And they're giving you like, okay, here's Beauty and the Beast, Christmas Wish, go for it. And I think that's what it was they wanted to be ambitious in some ways, but it doesn't work. And it doesn't work for me. I'm even imagining this on this freaking VHS tape, and it still looks gross to me. Go ahead, Brian.
Well, we're talking about Forte, so I might as well throw out a scene here. And you know, I have so creatively called it Florte. Anyone know what the scene this is?
It's either the one where he gets thrown to the floor or he breaks it up.
Yep, there you go. It's the one where he gets thrown, or where he dies, pretty much.
Oh, they killed him.
Yeah, a couple questions here on this one.
Yeah,
I liked it for I'd liked it for a couple of reasons. It's the, you know, the climax of the movie. There's got to be a climax, have a resolution, right? And just I thought it was a kind of creative way that they made it to where Forte was killed, and it was we get rid of you know, the Beast basically picks up the actual piano, which is, you know, essentially Forte's lifeline. And then the keys slowly start to stop moving as if he's actually dying. And then he just like collapses over. I'm like, oh, that it was actually a fairly creative scene on how do you take down an organ that also somehow has magical powers. And it's the only thing in the castle that has magical powers. don't know what type of bribe he did with the old lady at the front door on that one, but you know, guy's got skills, I guess. But so that's the scene, but it also leads to a head scratcher. Once everyone is transformed to human in Beauty and the Beast, is there just a dead corpse upstairs now? And everyone's cool. Like, now we really don't go to the West Wing.
Dead corpse of what?
A dead corpse of Forte that I actually would imagine
Like
would,
the organ itself, or
yes,
oh.
but a physical human body that has been dismantled and destroyed because the beast ripped him apart. I like to think, yes, there is a like dismembered body up in the West Wing that is just
That's what I'm thinking, man.
because it's funnier to me, but also I just like if you were to address how this works, right? It's like because in the live action they established that they're turning real to the point where they become physical objects except for the beast, who is just a beast forever.
Right.
In the animated version, it's implied that they just remain objects forever, but
Right.
they're not frozen. So with that kind of logic, yeah, I would have to assume that unless this body was dealt with, buried, which I imagine they wouldn't think so much because he's already destroyed the West Wing and it's just lumber and things everywhere. You just don't go up there. So poor Cogsworth one day is cleaning up the West Wing and he's just like, oh dear God. Forte.
So for anyone that's that's keeping score, you've got two Disney movies that have within the same storyline that have two deaths involved in them, Gaston and Forte.
Yeah.
Two actual humans that have died in this movie. One of them being a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
The first Disney princess Christmas movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Dark days indeed.
I'm just gonna go off of Matt what you just said of Cogsworth is up there just cleaning around. He sees dead Forte. He's like, well, if it's not the Baroque, don't fix it.
Okay. They brought that joke back.
They did.
I which I kind of appreciated freaking because Angelique Bernadette Peters, her character is the castle decorator.
Mm-hmm.
I love that she's like, this is not me. I would never deal with all this Baroque bullshit.
Yeah.
She calls it out. It was like Cogsworth in the first movie, so confident and proud of it all. Meanwhile, she's out of the box for 5 seconds and just talking shit. Another reason Bernadette Peters is underutilized. Like that's a sassy character that could have brought a lot of fun to this movie, and they just ignored it.
Yeah.
They said, we Bernadette Peters is saying half a song in a duet. Cool.
I know Barbie just came out this year, but did anyone think Angelique had a little Margot Robbie resemblance? Or just me?
I wouldn't make that connection, but I mean, like, if I'm really like trying to stretch for it.
I saw it.
I never saw Barbie.
But you know what Margot Robbie looks like.
I forgot.
We're moving on. I've made
I have a terrible memory.
And I've made fun of you enough times for the movies that you have seen or lack thereof.
If anyone is on my side and says yes, Angelique looks like Margot Robbie, hit us up. I'm curious.
Yeah, I want to hear who's on Brian's side for this one. Yeah. Not that I'm against him as my normal motives, but I just don't see it.
But circling back to what you had just said, and what you also said at the top of the show, Matt, is I agree. Bernadette was just not utilized the way she should have been. I mean, you've got one of the best was she like Broadway singer?
yeah.
Could you call her Broadway singer? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like one of the best Broadway singers in your cast, and you're gonna pair her with a duet. Number one, you're not even gonna give her a solo, and it's a repeat song. What choices are being made here? And she could be so sassy and so sarcastic. I mean, you could have there could have been a lot. She could have been almost a supporting actor. Instead, she was the topping of a Christmas tree. It's,
She is a supporting character that came in for a sequel and is producing a French accent and
Yeah.
a French set film. Like, come on, let's give this woman some props.
yeah,
They did nothing. They did nothing for her.
nothing.
Queen Bee deserves better. And yeah, I said it.
Queen Bee.
Yeah, Queen Bee. All you Beyonce fans, don't at me. There's too many of you.
You're Beyonce.
Well, because she's Queen. She's Queen Bey, right? So I guess, yeah, Bernadette Peters is Queen Bee.
Come on, Matt. It's all about Swifties now. You know this.
Ugh, no, it's about the Kelseys now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kelsey.
Who the heck are
The
gonna
football player that she's apparently
Oh my God.
skyrocketing into fame
Yep.
simply because she wore his jersey one time or something.
It was
Dude.
that scene.
God help this country if the Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl this year. I'll say that.
Going back to back. Great. Oh God, it's gonna be ridiculous. It's already ridiculous, the Taylor Swift Kelsey stuff.
Although
they're
49ers and Chiefs Super Bowl, sign me up. Actually, I'm already curious.
Well, that'd be fun.
Yeah, but you know what? She's gonna break up with him and then write a song about the breakup. So
Yeah.
that's what she does.
I hope not.
New single, 90 yards of heartbreak. What have you done to me?
Because I dated all the football players and I got a blank space, baby.
I'm kind of impressed by both of you right now.
I'll jam out to blank space any day.
Yeah, I bet you would.
First down, second down, third down, fourth down, turnover, bitch. I'm moving on.
I'm moving on.
T Swizzle would never.
No, she definitely would not.
My favorite video.
I love it so much. I
right.
Christina want to talk
What
about.
else do we have?
Yeah.
What do you? Okay, we're getting close to time for me.
Now, Brian, you unleash everything you've got.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. My only other scene that I wrote down is a jingle for Belle.
A jingle for
I
Belle.
like the title.
I
Thank
know.
you.
I'm trying to think of what it is.
When Base tells Forte
Oh,
on.
Yes.
yeah.
Beast was kind of entertaining on this one. I will say that. But when he's like, Forte, play Belle's song.
Something happy.
I will love it. He has no enthusiasm to play it.
And then
And it's-
Tim Curry, deck the halls with
Yeah.
balls of holly. La 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 la.
Make it bouncy.
No, make it happy. Again, it's the few the two scenes that actually caught my attention were those two scenes, and that one kind of made me laugh. Go ahead, Matt.
You brought it up a bit. I love these little moments because with the Beast, we brought it up how this is in the middle of the original movie.
Right.
And I think that they did a great job of having the Beast in that middle ground of like, no, I'm still angry and pissed off all of the time. And like, I've got a short fuse, but I'm trying to do better because she's really hot and she likes me for some reason. So I like what they did with that, to see those moments where like he's getting frustrated. He's like, do it right. You know, like he's still kind of pouty and still like aggressive and demanding.
Yeah.
He hasn't hit that turning point yet. So I did. I really liked that. I really liked that about this. Son of a bitch. I just had a realization that if this was the same night that they have the big dance, the A Tale as Old as Time dance, that's also the same night that he sends Belle away.
What did you just call that song? Look what you're doing to the people, Cheeky.
Told you.
Beauty, is it?
It's
Beauty
called
and the
Beauty and the Beast.
Is it really?
It's called A Tale as Old as Time.
Oh,
Now I don't know who to believe.
Believe me, it's The Tale as Old as Time.
oh.
Either way, we know the song, but like that would have been the same night that the Beast sends her back.
Yeah.
All been the same night, in which case they would have come back later that night, the next day. I don't know. Time is very interesting in an animated movie.
It breaks my brain trying to think of it. Like if you actually iron out all the details.
Yeah. But yeah, that was just a little thing that I did appreciate about the Beast, was that they did believably keep him in that kind of like, I'm an asshole, but I'm trying state.
And how many dungeons does this guy have?
He's got so many dungeons.
And are we just doing this Class A tour for Belle? Check out this dungeon. Check out this dungeon.
Well, he took her up to the tower dungeon. She didn't seem to like the altitude, so this time I'm going to take her down to the cellar dungeon,
the basement dungeon,
the basement dungeon.
God.
And look, another cavern that just seems to go on forever. Just a massive chasm that you can fall into. No big deal.
And as much
What the
as
hell
you
is the
care
foundation
about
of this castle,
as much as you care about Belle, who just basically was under frozen ass cold water.
yeah, I do want to talk about that. That's my scene.
You're gonna pick her up and you're gonna throw her in the dungeon.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just ignore the fact of hypothermia.
You said you'd never leave. Now stay here and die.
Where when you got attacked, she brought you in front of a fire.
Yeah.
Broke out some of the good cleaning equipment, and Kate was your little nurse, but no, she's gonna basically go into hypothermia, and you're just gonna throw her in the dungeon.
Yeah.
Healthy relationship, these two.
He's a little bitch beast.
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of
He's
is.
a beast bitch.
Man, oh man.
You brought up a scene that I wanted to talk about if you don't have anything.
I just have I've tried to rip through as many as I could. And I did, except for 2 quotes. That's it. But the rest of my notes have been covered.
Okay. As far as stuff, like, I'm very low on notes. I've got one scene, I think a couple of quotes.
This could be the shortest movie club.
Oh wow.
I mean, it might be. There's nothing wrong with that. This is also, I think, the shortest movie we've watched.
Yeah.
So fair is fair.
Matt, well, you said you had something though.
Wait, so you brought it up, the scene where she ends up under the ice.
Yes.
This was such an intense and out of nowhere kind of scene.
Yeah.
That escalated like crazy.
Big time.
And oh my God, like it was one of those things where like it kept getting worse. It kept getting worse. I'm like, oh, it's getting better. And then it got worse, and then it got worse. But my immediate reaction, the reason I wrote this scene down, was the Beast comes out of nowhere. And I wrote it down. I'm like, he's a fucking superhero. This dude dives under the water and he freaking pops out of that thing. Like I wrote down, he pops out of it like he's fucking Hulk, but honestly, he pops out of that thing like he's goddamn Jaws. Like he breaches like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it was such an intense scene. And for it to kind of, the only thing that escalated it was Fife essentially screaming and scaring Philippe.
Yeah.
Philippe, why is Philippe still here? I thought he got sent back with Dad. I don't remember. No, he's probably there. Anyway, let's not get into Beauty and the Beast stuff again. But yeah, it all starts with Fife just letting out a squeaky high note that scares him, and then Chip, which by the way, I'm pretty sure is not gonna drown,
Thank you. I was wondering if I was supposed to be worried about a teacup that's going to drown, but
Just gonna fill up with water.
I think the biggest thing that you would have to worry about with Chip is that he would shatter, right? Like, I mean,
or float away.
Well, he's definitely floating away. This is a moving river,
right?
But that's what would kill him is smashing. But for freaking Belle, like I don't get her rationale. Like that's the craziest part. Is this is a woman diving into a frozen river to save a cup. Granted, it is a child in reality, but it is a cup.
That is Chip, sir. Have some respect.
Why? What did Chip ever do?
Be cute.
Hey. In the future, he's going to be very important.
Chip Skylark? Oh, cool. All right.
You know what I did notice about that scene though is I think it's when Beast is carrying Belle, like they're walking back. You can see in the background like none of the ice is shattered anymore. It's like all smooth.
There's a lot of moments of that kind of thing with the animation where I mentioned the first time that we're seeing people in this movie walking towards the castle, they didn't draw pupils on the guy.
I don't think I noticed that.
It was the first thing I noticed because like it was weird. Like you could see he was supposed to have some sort of like look, some sort of gaze, but there's no freaking pupils.
Yeah, I missed that one too.
I want to pull it up, but I can't. But like, I mean, you just check it out if you're really. It's 10 seconds into this movie. So yeah, I think there's a lot of little things like that kind of got missed. And while I want to say like, oh, it's a new animation studio. Like, no, you are Disney. You can't afford to. Meh. But
hey, Miss 4.8, you got anything to add tonight?
No.
we're just over here shitting on our movie.
All that she had to add was that she loves her friends.
Yeah.
Wait, Jen, what did you rate the original?
5.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Were you
yeah.
surprised?
I don't know why I even asked.
Yeah.
I think that was dumb.
Like it had to have been like million,
Hey,
bajillion.
while we're on the topic, John, what'd you rate Titanic?
Okay, well then here's my follow-up question. Why did you deduct 0.2?
It's not Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
Like
Fair.
it's like they rushed whoever they created this movie and they felt like it was very rushed. There was no like when you see like here at Disney, like, and we've talked about it multiple times, like they have taken their time. It was like they went through some hard stuff, but they got it right. They were very detailed.
Mm-hmm.
This was just quick, sloppy, put together. And that's like what it is for like comparing it to the OG Beauty and the Beast. It's just not, but I'm a huge fan. And it's like, it's like when you're like rooting for a sports team and you love them, but they lost the game, like you're not going to hate them because they lost. You know what I mean? Like you keep repping and keep supporting and you hope that one day they come back strong.
I mean, you can say that for some
life.
Kings fans.
Bleed orange for life.
There you go.
I get it.
I like that. I like that analogy though.
Yeah.
You're a sports fan.
People only like the Sacramento Kings when they're winning, and then they'll go back to the Golden State Warriors,
Yeah.
Like
You
that.
can't do that with Beauty and the Beast.
No bandwagon fans over here. Come on.
No.
But
Sleep ain't gonna pull your ass.
this really was like the start of a time in Disney where they were just pumping out these sequels. They didn't care. It's just put a story together, put these characters in it, get it on VHS, get it out. It was just about selling. It was just about money. And I think we knew that. Like that this was I don't want to contribute, I don't want to attribute this movie, but I do attribute this time to being where I think we all sort of agreed sequels suck and all they're doing are sequels and remakes. This was the beginning of that cycle.
Wasn't that like the Xerox era of Disney where they were just like reusing the same animations and movements? Like,
I mean,
we talked about some of that.
always done that,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, not like all of their stuff, but they've always reused animation cells. But I mean, it's literally like, it's not just Disney that's doing sequels at this time. It's not just Disney that's doing reboots and remakes at this time. Like everybody started doing this, and like we got fed up, right? It's like you got your Batman sequels and trilogies. You've got your like literally everything was becoming a series. It still is, but this was the beginning of it. This was the beginning of the downhill.
So it's a rough beginning.
Yeah.
So there's 4 brains here, 4 of us. I really want to challenge us to try to figure things out here, okay?
Oof.
We already figured out, I mean, I'm proud of us on the first one that we broke it down and we figured out that the Beast was 11 years old when he was turned into to the Beast. I still cannot believe how that the hatred of that old lady. That's just ridiculous. Anyway, I just want to try to narrow this timeline down because you've got they show up in the like we're gonna have to bounce back and forth. So in the original, she's in the castle after basically trading for her father. That's pretty much where we start the castle life, correct?
No.
You disagree?
We're talking original, just she's in the castle. That's
the start of Belle being in the castle.
That's okay. Then yes, she's officially traded positions.
Okay.
Father has been taken away.
So then the main event after that is what?
Be our guest.
It's Be Our Guest, right? Okay, yes. So Be Our Guest. Then after Be Our Guest is this when the wolf attack happens?
Yes and no. Technically, it would be her entering the West Wing.
And she runs away. That's okay.
Away.
She enters the West Wing. Okay. So she's entered the West Wing. Forte is nowhere to be seen.
He is in a separate room.
No.
Yes.
They've got the rose is here and Forte's to the right.
No, the rose is in a separate room.
Ugh. Okay. So she enters the West Wing. The Beast scares her off. She runs out. She's like, I can't be here anymore. Forget this. I'm out of the castle. And then she goes into the forest where she now is attacked by wolves. The Beast saves her, and we have our first bonding moment. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm still trying to figure out when Enchanted Christmas is going to enter, because we've got the first bonding moment. Then after that are we near? What are we near?
Something there that hasn't been there before. Like that's where we're at.
Okay. That's what I thought. It's around this time, right?
Yeah. So that's where it's happening.
So if that's the case, in the beginning of the movie, they still aren't really bonded yet. She's still thinking he's going to be nothing but a beast. And this is where the timeline starts to really hurt, because you're basically right on top of, she already ran through the forest and nearly died. And now she's willing to go to the forest again for a Christmas tree. And then at one point, the bond between them creates in the original, but when does it's got to match at the same time as the Enchanted Christmas. And I think this is where it starts to hurt, because then after that, they go through and, the death of Forte happens, and then they celebrate their Christmas, but we haven't even got to Gaston yet. But that happens fairly shortly right after. Somewhere there must be something there that wasn't there before. Right?
Jen.
So I would think that there must be something there that wasn't there before, happens the day after Christmas. Because it was Christmas that ignites that spark for them. Or for Belle. Like, there's something there. He's a softie at heart. And we like him.
When does he give her the library?
After the song.
After something that wasn't. You're right. Okay. That could work.
As her Christmas present. Belated.
And so, actually, this kind of works now a little bit, and I'm really I think we're really helping the movie at this point. But he's been given a Belle gave him a book, so now he sees how much Belle loves books. Let's show her the library. That could work. Where we'll never be able to you won't ever convince me that what they did was stupid, is putting Belle and Beast in their evening gowns. Because at this point, Beauty and the Beast dance has not happened. But if you're going off of something there that wasn't there before is day after Christmas, that means that they have now gone in their evening wear that they supposedly saw each other for the first time in the original, and that the yarn is unraveled at that point.
It's never said that was the first time that they've seen each other in those outfits, though. Those could just be, this is all connecting now even more. It's like
they're just playing dress up.
That special moment.
Oh man, go ahead, Matt. You've been very patient.
One, I think this is the problem of something there that wasn't there before being a montage, because we see the Beast and Belle go through multiple changes. He's getting washed up. He's getting his hair clipped.
Snowball fights.
Yes. So that I think complicates the timeline as far as like what happens when. I like the idea that there's something there that wasn't there before sticks with the original, because I think it's just as powerful, if not more powerful, coming right after Beast saving Belle from the wolves and her subsequently like helping and saving him. Because that's this mutual thing that they've created. And you can see at the beginning of this movie, Belle and Beast's relationship is mending, but he's still got that prickishness. He's still in this. So I do feel like this takes place within that song. There's something there that wasn't there before, to the point where the snowball fight is that initiator, right? Because like she kind of starts it, and like that's the fun thing, and then he gets into it and he really loosens up.
Yeah, and then he gets a bunch of birds on him.
Exactly. So like it's you're getting all of that kind of stuff. So I think the snowball fights starts it. It leads into the Enchanted Christmas. And correct me if I'm wrong, the Beast didn't actually get Belle a gift in this one. Like it was going to be the song. Like he didn't actually get her a gift. And that is where I think it fits into, like you said, belated, but he gives her the library.
It's not bad either.
It doesn't fix, it doesn't save the outfits. It doesn't save that. It can't. That was a bad choice, and what they should have put her in was her red and gold one from this movie.
Yes.
Just keep that should have been the dress for this movie. Keep her in that and all of the things. But I don't know. I don't.
You're right. I think you can sandwich it into the timeline.
It fits, just not very pretty.
Yeah. And I think we really, like I said, we're doing the movie favor at this point, because we're stretching for things here.
Yeah.
It's like a puzzle piece that you think fits perfectly, but then at the end of your puzzle, you're like, something's off.
Yeah.
It's a piece that looks similar, but like it partially fits, but like it doesn't. Yeah.
If I have 2 more shots, I think this is a complete puzzle.
That's it.
That's good. That was good.
Friends, I'm gonna be parting ways right with you guys.
Yeah.
The two quotes that actually, do you want me to say them or just leave them?
No, go for it.
Yeah.
I have two quotes too. So I mean, if we really just want to round this out, like
Up to you guys, but I definitely got to get out of here.
yeah. I mean, how's everybody else feeling? We'll let you go, but like, do you
Sure.
guys wanna just kind of finish after?
Well,
Sure.
let Brian close out, and then we can take a break, and then the three of us can just come back and finish it out.
There you go.
To finish it out would just be literal final thoughts and who won the movie.
Yeah, we'll just finish it out.
Okay, we've gone through all of my notes.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead, Brian.
What the hell are we doing?
You're gonna round us out. You're gonna say your fond farewell, and then it'll cut to us.
Got it. Okay. All right, guys. So the quotes I wrote were, "Don't wine glasses."
Damn it!
That
It was one of mine.
Well, say it again, man. Say it again. It deserves two mentions.
Put your spin on it.
And then who disturbs my Christmas?
Oh, that was a good one.
Who said that?
I'm sorry.
Who said that one? Who disturbs my Christmas?
It was Little Beast.
Oh, it was young beast, human
okay.
beast.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, we really talk about that scene. Like that's a fun little flashback that I did appreciate. It's not perfectly done, but I liked it.
There you go. So talk about that when I'm gone.
That's a fun one.
He's like, talk about that one when I'm gone.
Like you're playing or something.
Yeah, so those are the quotes that I wrote down. So final facts. We've kind of said it all. I am glad that we did take the time to try to figure out if the timeline is actually even doable, because it was really hurting me when I was watching it, and I knew if we all kind of put our heads together, we might be able to figure out something. So great. They botched it. They really botched it on the evening wear, on the gold dress and the fancy suit. Just they shouldn't have done it. That is something that just should be completely untouchable. It is the Beauty and the Beast song, and that is the outfit of the song, and that's it. Plain and simple. You're done. Like, you don't bring it back. It's not a callback. It is such a special moment, and I will erase it out of my head, and I will reimagine it as Tale as Old as Time, Beauty and the Beast, ballroom dance. Plain and simple. That is it.
Yes, Beauty.
Just on that, I think the only thing that has ever been safe messing with that moment is the Lilo and Stitch trailer. Do you remember those? When Stitch would show up in classic Disney movies and disrupt them?
Good argument. That's a good argument.
The only time.
It's still, I just, it's precious. Keep it tight, keep it locked, and leave it alone.
Yeah.
Who won the movie for me? There isn't even a runner-up. It's just a straight win. It's going to be Tim Curry.
Okay.
You gave him a character that is bolted to a wall and is an organ and said, hey, make this a Disney villain. And he crushed it.
Yeah.
He absolutely crushed it. Like, how do you make a bolted organ a villain? You do what you did, because it was incredible stuff. So
can I just comment on that? Just real quick comment. I really thought he would have fit well, like that character would have fit well in like a Shrek movie.
The organ?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Like in a Shrek film. Like just one of the Shreks.
It's just like a villainous organ.
Yeah, I don't know.
You might like to play my organ, or you might not.
I don't know. It's just like it fits the theme of the characters in the Shrek universe.
I could see it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I will. We're off next week, I assume. Next Monday is Christmas, and
so it's my pick next week, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna actually put the new pick next week, so we actually have like an entire week off. So okay. I think on the 26th, I'll let you guys know what the movie is.
No, okay. I want to go on Monday.
Are you still picking a Disney movie?
No, because when you come back, it'll be the 1st of January.
It's the new year, yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. So we are.
Yeah, this is the last Christmas Disney.
Are we taking off New Year too, though, or no?
Oh, what now?
Like New Year's Day? Because New Year's
Uh,
Day.
It's
I'll let
New
you guys know my schedule and get back to you on that. But yeah, because
Yeah, New Year's
Monday is the Monday the 1st would be our next Monday.
Yeah.
So we've got Christmas on Monday, followed by New Year's Day on Monday.
Yeah.
Correct.
I'm just gonna say, you know, it's the winter break, it's Christmas time, it's the New Year. Let's not stress ourselves about forcing something to happen at a certain time, but
Yeah, we can. We'll
I'm
talk
just
about it
saying,
in the
let's
chat, but
enjoy
we're
ourselves.
all in
no stress.
agreement. Next week is no good flickas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know. Okay.
Yes. Just
All right, friends.
everybody enjoy their Christmas. All of you out there that are watching, enjoy your Christmas.
Yes.
Or
Merry
Hanukkah.
Christmas
Or
from
Hanukkah. I don't know when Hanukkah's over.
I'll see you guys later.
Have a good one. Get some sleep, bud.
Merry
Oh.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I'll definitely see people in person and
Yes.
not Nick in person. So Merry Christmas.
That's all right. He's gonna come down in the chimney.
Oh, perfect.
I'm a slide in your chimney.
He'll see you, but you won't see him.
I'm out on that one.
The mystery
He
man.
knows when you've
I know when you've been bad.
he sees you when you're sleeping. Ah, creepy. Did we want to talk about the flashback scene at all?
We can, sure, why not?
I just quickly I appreciated it as like we got the origins, right? Like in the first movie with the stained glass and all that. We got the story. I liked it. For them to kind of bring it to life with animation, which I think was originally planned, like it was storyboarded or planned out for the original one. They repurposed it for this. Good call. I liked it.
Are you talking about when we see 11-year-old Beast?
Yes.
The one in the picture you showed me.
Yes.
That one, yeah.
Yes. But mostly like I like it for the seeing the witch to beautiful enchantress transition. Like
Yeah.
it was seeing her as the witch and then seeing her as the enchantress. It's like
Night and day.
yeah. But it was really cool to see it done as like an actual character and not a stained glass storytelling. Which is still cool, but
Yeah.
like, wow, they actually made a character of it.
Yeah.
So also, am I the only person who's surprised by like Lumiere is such a horny bastard?
It's Lumiere.
Lumiere. Like this dude has so many girlfriends that work in this castle, and yet somehow he walks away unscathed. Like how have you, like Angelique seems like the type of girl that like you break her heart, you cheat on her, she gonna cut you. Like she don't mess around.
I mean, he made a fire. He
She
burned.
is fire. Anyway, yeah, I've got nothing else. The only other quote that I actually have written down, I think it's a song and it's really a nitpick, and I don't want to get into it.
You know, you mentioned Angelique. I kind of wish that they had like not like any sexual things, but just like a love interest or like just like playfulness or like flirtiness with her and Lumiere, you know.
There kind of was.
There was in like when they first saw each other again.
Was there a little bit?
A little bit, but like they made her bitter, like right off the
Yeah.
bat of like, no, I have a job to do, and then I've
Yes,
been
yeah.
relegated to a freaking holiday ornament and get no respect. I'm like, dude, just because you're a freaking angel like Christmas tree topper doesn't mean you can't roam around this castle like a boss ass bitch.
Yeah, and like be a little flirtatious and you know, get people to like you a lot.
You lost your man to a feather duster. I'm sorry, Angelique. You lost your man to a feather
It
duster.
was Swiffer.
And not to say that, you know, the maid was not a beautiful woman. I'm just saying you're Angelique. You are a fashion icon, honey.
Well, I mean, like she has like that sex appeal. Like you saw her makeup with like the shiny like eyeshadow and like the puckered lips and
Did
You
you,
know?
just say the sex appeal?
Yeah. She's an angel. You're turned on by an angel, Santa.
It's just getting
And, you know, it's all
too
starting to make sense now.
I've been exposed.
Far.
But like you saw her, she's got that like Marilyn Monroe kind of look to her, you know? Like, I don't know.
Nah, her boobs were.
Oh, is that where your eyes were?
Yeah.
I was looking
No.
at her pretty face.
Weirdo. She looks like a child.
Why are you looking at a child's boobs?
Touche. This did get weirder.
I need to think of something. Stop this madness. Okay, so about
Oh my god. Brian's gonna be laughing so hard.
He's gonna be so annoyed by us.
He's like, I'm so glad I left.
Those freaking idiots. I'm like, yeah.
like literally anything.
Man. She's a child, sir.
We've gone every route with this.
I know. We could talk adult. Okay, so Belle, it won't be as creepy because she is at least older. So,
She's 16.
but I really liked her Christmas dress, like in the very beginning. So like when they're all human. Is that the one that's on the thing?
Yeah, the red and gold one with like it looks like
Yeah.
I guess that would be a rose.
Yeah, they're roses.
Interesting. I didn't notice that she had them on her like elbows too.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
Look at
But
her dress.
Her dress, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It did give me
collar. Yeah.
vibes for sure.
He gave you what vibes?
Titanic vibes.
Oh, okay.
And not the same color, but like when Kate Winslet's in the dress that the ship goes, no, the blue one when Jack tells her that he loves her, it's like telling her to leave Cal.
Yes.
You guys seen it enough times, have you?
Yeah, I haven't seen Titanic in a time.
Okay.
To
we
know
gotta watch
Rose's
it.
dresses, no. The only one I think I can actually like picture is the one that she's wearing when she's threatening to jump off the back.
No.
Black one.
I'll pull
It's like
it up.
black and gold and like
Yeah.
beaded because she's like slipping on the
Yeah.
beads and
Okay, it was black and red, no gold.
was it black and red?
I
Yeah.
knew there was
There was
black in
no
it. But
gold.
Well, I know it was black. See, she's seen it enough times to call us out.
Yeah.
It's black and red, you morons.
This one. Like I said, it's not the same. Oh, why want to zoom in? It's not the same color, but like kind of similar style.
Hmm.
yeah.
Oh, yes. Because that's technically a skirt that she's wearing in that one, right? Like is
No, it's a dress.
it a dress?
Like it's a corset and then like the dress and jacket.
Okay.
But like you see the corset, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the dress is like outside of it.
Yeah. That's what that looked like to me.
Yeah. Well, I
Although-
could see it.
So
She looks like a blood in this one.
oh my gosh.
No, she doesn't.
What do you look like right now, Nick?
Yeah.
Once again, Bloods and Crips.
Bloods and
Like they're coming together. Like this is
this is the gang version.
This is Romeo and Juliet. This is it. This is Disney's Romeo and Juliet. You heard it here first, folks.
You know, I have a nitpick.
Yeah.
So with like a lot of the OG characters like Cogsworth and Lumiere and Chip, I just wish we got a little bit more screen time with them. I just feel like I didn't get enough. You know? I feel like we got a good amount of screen time in the original. They just didn't get enough in this one.
You know who I think we got too much time with?
Too much.
Forte.
Yeah.
Like this is almost a villain move. It spends a lot of time with him as he's singing his songs and complaining about the master's not going to be my best friend anymore. So I think if they'd have cut a little bit of time away from Forte and his whole woe is me story arc, they could have added a lot more meat with the characters we actually want to see. Go ahead, Jen.
So about the song about like 14 telling the beast not to fall in love, I'm pretty sure that there's lyrics talk and it takes a wild turn where it's like he says like they like if you fall in love like you end up on pot and drunk. And I'm pretty sure my subtitle said it just zooms through it. He just says it so fast. And I'm just like, what?
On pot and drunk?
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, I want to find these lyrics. Do you remember what it's called? Like,
Oh, just
Uh,
song, I guess.
he had a bunch of songs. That's the problem.
Did he? I thought he only had one.
Dude was singing nonstop.
Maybe just all blended together.
Well, they just all sounded the same.
Don't
Yeah.
fall in love.
Stories.
It's called Don't Fall in Love.
It's got to fall in love. All right, simple enough.
The quickest way. Okay.
Mhm. Okay, let's see some lyrics. Here we go. Quickest way to break your heart. Oh, geez. I'm scrolling through real fast.
I am too. Music.
Hot and drunk. Okay, find those words.
Yeah. Are you looking for it too? Are you looking
Yeah.
online?
Yes.
Oh, you
Don't
go
go
to
to
pot,
pot,
you'll
you'll
turn to drink.
That was it.
So it's not literal pot, like it's not marijuana is what it's referring to. It's just like
Right.
old timey slang of like you'll go to pot, like you'll become
Garden?
nothing.
Oh.
You're right. You'll
Wow.
turn to drink. But you see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You'll go to pot means like you'll turn to nothing?
Yeah.
You'll turn
Like
pot. Like they used to say like pot was like I don't know, you're pot. Like you got nothing.
I thought maybe like rot would have been a better word.
I believe it's actually like a shortening of the phrase, the idiom or whatever of like haven't got a pot to piss in. Meaning like it's all gone to pot, like it's gone to like you've lost it. You've got nothing.
Pot, the toilet.
It's all
Well,
gone
like-
to, it's all gone to shit.
Yeah.
It's all gone to shit, and
Yeah.
now you'll turn to drink.
They're gonna
And
yep,
you'll turn
Like
to
you lost
drink.
everything.
yep.
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
I thought I caught that. I was like, what?
Smoking weed and drinking vodka.
Smoking weed, doing coke, drinking beers, drinking
Doing
beers,
vodka?
beers, rolling fat. Nah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, can't do that. You guys have never seen Clerks.
I might have on TV once.
Yeah, okay.
Doesn't count.
Well, I don't think you would have heard the song. Actually, it might be from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, but either way.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have anything else.
Well, and this was the problem. Like Brian had mentioned, I write things down when like it's notable, but it wasn't very notable.
Still a fan.
I did like. I like that they had the dog. Like it's a weird thing to say, but I like that they had the dog and we actually got to see the dog.
His
And we
name's-
got what was it?
His name's Sultan.
Sultan, yes. So I weirdly enough, when I saw that in the cast, when I was going through and I saw like Sultan was listed, I'm like, wow, did they somehow sneak in an Aladdin type cameo? Like I was that's kind of what I was hoping for, not expecting it. And then they refer to the dog as Sultan. I was like, okay.
I mean that the object he was very like an Arabic looking or like
It's a footrest.
yeah, like a very like fancy bejeweled like golden red.
He's an
footrest.
ottoman.
Is an ottoman? That looks too small to be an ottoman.
Isn't he? He's an ottoman.
I think that's I think a footrest. An ottoman is like it's like a coffee table but this size.
Is it? I don't know. I'm not a carpenter. I don't know. Either way.
Yeah. I do love that like there is one little moment with Sultan where like he like whimpers and cries
Mm.
but like his face is like his tail, like they're both the same on
Yeah.
the same end. And so when he goes to whimper and cry, it's just like I'm like, which one's his face?
Although he kind of Sultan reminded me a little bit of Carpet.
Oh yeah,
How, like he doesn't have a face. He looks the same technically either way, but like
has 4 legs.
yeah,
4 legs.
and can emote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing else.
I closed the notebook
Yeah.
up. I'm officially out. I'm like,
My
I got
brain
nothing.
my brain is closed.
Yeah, I'm really trying to think of if there's anything else.
I will say I typically watch these GoodFlickas movies on with subtitles on. I did not watch this one with subtitles.
Well, Jen did, and that's why we know the song was talking about pot.
Yeah,
And drinking.
but you know what? I think
Forte parties.
I think with like a movie that I don't like, while also not having subtitles on, really makes it like not a great experience. Like it doesn't make it a memorable experience because I'm not reading the dialogue that shows up, and I'm also not super interested in the story, and so it becomes not memorable.
Still uninvested.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing with Disney movies is I typically don't watch them with subtitles on because they sound really good. Like the dialogue and the voice work is really well done and clear. But I was just like also not invested. So I was like, just kind of checking out. So sorry, Jen. I'm just being honest.
It's okay. Dylan.
Are we ready to hop into final thoughts? Because I'm ready to give them.
Yeah, I think I just started to.
Yeah. Like that's like my biggest complaint with this movie is that the reason I gave it a flat 3 is because it's got a lot of potential. It had a lot of opportunity to be better, to be good. But because it felt lazy, because it felt rushed, that's what loses it for me. Of more effort could have saved this. Instead, it's become just a mediocre piece of history that we're spending 2 hours trying to debate as much as possible, but it's tough. And it had the potential. I mean, the people that it brought in, and this was actually something that Disney did a lot with these sequels. They would bring in big names for the sequels. I'm like, hey, we've got this brand new character in the sequel that you've never met before. Here they are. And it was almost always a big name. And they wasted it. They got Tim Curry, who did an incredible job as a villain, which was no doubt, right? Like the guy's incredible. But you've got Bernadette Peters, and not to mention you bring back your all-star cast from the original, including Angela Lansbury, and you don't highlight them at all. Like 3 songs. They needed 3 songs. At least one for Belle, at least one for Forte, and at least one for Bernadette Peters. Like 3 powerful, good songs. They didn't have to be like amazing chart-topping songs like freaking Let It Go.
Yeah.
Like they just needed to be good songs. And all of them in here felt very flat, felt very bland. It didn't have the spirit of Christmas within these songs, even as long as there's Christmas. That felt like exactly what was happening in this movie. I'm in a jail cell, but as long as they're Christmas, I can get through this. I will keep a positive attitude as long as there's Christmas. That's what that felt like. Yeah. Instead of the world is a dark, dismal place, and instead of letting me, instead of letting it get me down and darken my world, I'm going to remind myself that there's Christmas, that there's good in the world, that there's light in the world, and humanity will win. That's what it should have felt like. It should have felt uplifting. And none of these songs did that.
Can I add to that real quick?
Yeah.
I also think too that they were really lacking on the animation during the numbers. It's like they didn't add any like color or movement or like anything special when these songs came up. Maybe a spotlight. That was it.
So there was an entire song that they made blue. That was my nitpick. That was the one that I said like I wrote down as a quote, but is actually a nitpick. It's the a touch above the rest or whatever. Like this was a higher energy song. It was more energetic, and they made everything blue. Why? Why would you take all of the color away and make it blue? Not only blue, you made it dark blue. Why? Like those are the things where it's like, oh, we don't have enough time to color these things correctly. Let's just make everything blue and call it a dance sequence. Like that doesn't work. It's lazy. It makes no sense and it's frustrating. Why blue? Why blue?
All the shit is blue.
Exactly. Go ahead, Jen.
I thought they chose that because in Be Our Guest, like when they're at the part where like we needed so much more than dusting, you know, like that went to that dark blue. So I thought they were just kind of doing a callback to that because they're talking about how like they're cut above the rest, like they're the best, like they're the duo that everyone wants to see. So I thought they just connected it that way.
Well, and Be Our Guest, like that's a moment where that color change makes sense, right? It's like he's being over dramatic. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, I'm so blue. Our lives were miserable. They were terrible. But then you come along, bam, and now we're good. Like, and like the color comes back. But this was an entire sequence where it's like, now we're sad, but we're singing about being happy. Like it was like it doesn't make sense.
It felt very melancholy.
Yes.
Is that a word? Is that a good word to use?
Yes.
Melancholy.
Yes.
I like that word.
It's a good one. So, okay, so I'm gonna round up my final thoughts here. But so as far as like this being a Christmas time movie and everything, I like what kind of, and I shouldn't say I like it, but Forte kind of represents a couple of things. Like obviously it's like our like depression or anxiety. Like there's a lot of things that you could attribute to him. But on a simple standpoint, I kind of like to think of him as like our what do they call it? Like winter depression, like
like the seasonal
depression where it's like it's the winter. Yeah, where like he comes in and like he's just this vibe killer, right? When it's wintertime, you don't want to do anything, everything sucks. Like that's what he felt like to me. And it was kind of perfect. But yeah. Ultimately this is a very okay movie. I don't think I'm going to actively choose to watch it again anytime soon, other than to maybe spot some of the stuff that we've pointed out that I missed. Because that stuff's always interesting to me, and it eventually sends me down another rabbit hole, which is always good. But kind of forgettable. Can't say I'd recommend this to anybody, but if they like their Christmas movies and they want a simple one, this is great. It's as And if you're a fan of Beauty and the Beast, you get to hang out with some old friends. So I could see it being good for some people, but probably not everybody's cup of tea.
Cup of chip.
So yeah, for who wins it for me, you know what? Just because I'm going to give a shout out runner up to Tim Curry because he does a phenomenal job and I can't deny him that. Villain song, like it's just, he crushes it. Absolutely does great. But because I think she absolutely owns every second of time, every moment that she is on screen, I'm giving it to Bernadette Peters as Angelique because she I think is one of the best characters they brought into this movie. She has character, she has attitude, she has dimension, and she's just so underutilized. She's not used to what she's capable of, and it's an absolute shame because, like I said, she crushes it every second she's on screen.
I have a proposition for you. Since it's only 8:30 and this movie is about an hour, I have a VHS player. Do you want to watch the VHS version after we're done?
And instead of getting home at a decent time so that I can get some sleep before work at 6
Hey,
in the
I didn't
morning.
leave your house until like 11.
Yeah.
And
You didn't leave until like 11. Why are you saying that like it's a good thing?
because I want you to stay until 11.
I don't want to stay.
No, I'm kidding.
long.
Just
I can let you borrow it if you want.
I don't want to watch it by myself. I want to experience a bad movie with you.
I'll be honest with you. Like of all of the VHSs I still own, I've been too terrified to watch really any of them. Just because I don't want to eat. I don't want to ruin the tape.
Oh,
I don't want to ruin I don't want to actually ruin the tape. Because you know when I don't, Jen, maybe you remember. Nick, doubtful since you're a DVD child.
I have VHSs.
But well, did you run into the consistent issue of like a VHS player eating your tape? It's devastating when it crinkles, like when it wrinkles your film, and you're just like, I can't fix this. It's gonna be scratchy. It's gonna be, and it is like that's the worst fucking part. Is like the film itself is not cut. It's not scratched. It was crunched, and now it's fucked.
And then it's like stuck inside the tape player.
You're gonna pull it, and it just
And you go to pull it, yeah.
Okay, that I've experienced.
yeah.
Not like a crunching of the tape.
Yeah. Well, it can be part of that thing, like you trying to get it out of there and the flap coming down and crunching it. Like God, like it's the worst feeling. And I've been afraid. I'll admit.
So if you feel like that's going to happen to this movie, then this movie is worthless. Because just having it doesn't do anything.
Having it does all in the world. As long as that film is okay, it can always be digitized.
But you're saying it's possibly a lemon. If you sell it to somebody,
it's not a lemon.
So then let's watch it.
Why you're misunderstanding. It's not the tape that's the problem. It's the VHS player that is.
Okay.
Don't blame the video.
Blame the player.
Don't hate the game. Hate the player.
All right, I'll go next. Yeah, final thoughts. Just sounded really weird. Sounded like my stomach when I'm hungry. Yeah, final thoughts. Yeah, it's like you say, like this is like a movie about Christmas. Like I get it. I get that it's a movie about Christmas, but it just doesn't feel like a Christmas movie to me.
No, you did not.
Just like I don't know. It just like doesn't get me in like the spirits of Christmas.
Jen says them's fighting words.
I know. It's just instead of fighting words. It's not a fun Christmas movie for me. It just doesn't get me up in the mood for it.
It's no Jingle All the Way.
No, it's no Home Alone. It's
which, by the way, could you tell me where I could find a Turbo Man doll? Do you know a guy? Could you take me to a dark warehouse somewhere where you've got Turbo Mans out the ass, but they only speak Spanish?
Yeah, Spanish, yeah, and they're broken.
There is some assembly required.
Yeah, it's just not my cup of chip. I would say I would rewatch it, but only if Matt and I watched this right now after we were done. That's the only way I'm going to rewatch this movie. This is your one chance for me to ever watch this movie again. Take it or leave it.
I'd rather watch a different VHS with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Like if I can find a VHS that you've not seen that I'm like, this one is worth watching.
I love Flubber. I would love to watch Flubber on VHS.
I think
my dad has it.
I'm fairly certain I have it, but a tiny part of me thinks I might actually have two copies. In which case I wouldn't mind risking one.
Like you just give me the bad copy. Like,
Who's giving you things?
oh,
This guy.
It is Christmas, Matt. Come
I
on.
gave out gifts. I gave out gifts. You've been bad. You've been naughty this year.
You're damn right. You're damn right. Been grumpy as
You're on the
hell.
grumpy list. I have a whole nice list, a whole naughty list, and then there's my grumpy list, and it's just you.
Good. I don't want other people on my list crowding it
Yeah.
up, getting in my way.
Yeah, you want to be on your own.
I'm number one, bitches.
You're number one on the grumpy list because you're the only one.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. You're so grumpy that you don't want other people on your grumpy list.
My heroes are Oscar the Grouch, the Grinch, that mean old guy that screams at children to get off his lawn,
Scrooge.
Stoop Kid from Hey Arnold. Yeah,
No Scrooge.
Scrooge becomes a nice guy.
Oh yeah.
The Grinch, although his heart grows, is
Yeah,
still
I was
kind
about
of
to say, I was like,
it's
his
still
heart
kind of a
grows.
dick.
Yeah.
So
His heart is like 2 sizes too small.
dude, he offers the gizzard and then immediately takes it.
All right. What wins this movie for me is really hard to figure out because I am having a tough time. That's why I've been stalling, trying to think of what wins.
That's why I went with Bernadette. She's my favorite part. Plus, I love her.
Oh, you love her boobs.
No, I love Bernadette. And her
I-
boobs.
Give me some inspiration. Cover.
As long as there's Christmas. The sad thing is, that's all I know from those lyrics, and it.
I truly believe.
Thank you. I wanted to sing freaking Brian's lyrics. As long as there's Christmas,
I got it.
there's Christmas. Yeah.
I got the winner.
Okay.
It's actually it's a combination of like the opening shot of the castle and the closing shot of the castle. Like that's what wins the movie. You know why?
Right before the movie starts and right after it ends.
Not because of that, but it's because it looks like Hogwarts. And that made me
Get out.
and that made me really happy.
Good.
So the castle wins the movie.
They really made this castle look like a school that doesn't exist yet. And I'm really happy about that. Okay.
No, all right.
Books were there before 1997. Was it 1999 when the first book came out? Was it 90? I think it was 99. Oh, that's when the first movie came. No.
Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Philosophers.
Yes, because that's what its original title is. But because, the United States is filled
Weird.
with imbeciles, don't know what a philosopher
99.
is.
I think it's 99.
Trying to find it's send me to the damn movie. I don't want I want the book.
Just do the voice thing. See,
Do the
now you're
voice thing.
Wasting everybody's time.
You're the one that brought this up.
You're the one that's taking too long.
I can't control how fast the Google machine works.
Alexa,
It was
when did the first Harry Potter book, The Philosopher's Stone, come out?
June 26, 1997.
It was 97. See how much faster that was?
I still got the damn answer. This is why we invented Siri and her bitch ass.
So 97, same year.
Same year.
Yeah.
Actually, it would probably be safe to assume right before this movie came out.
Yeah. So
Okay.
go, Jay.
You have the book right there. You show me a picture of Hogwarts.
I want to get up. So that means I have to pee. I do have to pee.
Okay. Getting up means you have to pee now, Jen.
Okay, so final thought.
Go, please.
You were a trooper.
Gonna continue
It's
on.
only 8:30, you guys.
I know, but she's been sticking it out with Abbott and Costello over here.
No, it's Costello and Abbott.
It's Laurel and Hardy. I called him the fat one because he's Santa Claus. Shut up and let Jen talk.
Okay.
Okay, so final thoughts. I like this movie. It's fun. It's lighthearted. You don't take it serious whatsoever. Apparently we do, though, comparing
We did.
trying to make it realistic. But that's why I rate it so much higher than you guys, because I have fun with it. They're my friends. We're going on an adventure. It's another part of their life. It's all good. And who wins it? I have to give it to Fife. He's such a cute little flute thing, and I like his character. He's fun.
Okay.
I love his screams. Like I love that he went from like normal dialogue to like the sound of the instrument.
Of a whistle. Yeah.
Of a whistle.
Like whatever he was, like a clarinet, tin whistle
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Pan,
A
no,
whistle.
not pan, but something. They kind of say what he is. I don't know.
yeah, I
But
don't remember. But I just like his scream was like the note of whatever that instrument made. I thought that was fun.
it kind of reminded me of, I can't remember what it exactly is. It could just be like a Disney cartoon, but like when the work horn goes off and it's like
yes, yeah.
it's got like
yeah.
eyes and everything, or like the train horn, and it's just the horn has eyes and it's screaming.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally see it.
But I like that he had a change of heart. You know, he went from like greed and wanting that solo to like, wait, this isn't what Christmas is about. And then he becomes Team Beauty and the Beast. And as long as you're Team Beauty and the Beast, you're Team Jen. So we're cool.
Yeah. He was like he was basically like the messenger for Forte, right?
Yeah.
For the-
Forte was using him because
He was mobile.
yeah,
He could walk around.
that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
What do you think would have happened if they unbolted Forte?
Like he just walks with this like organ non-legs.
Well, obviously he's not getting out of the freaking castle because he can't fit through a door.
It's true.
But at least being able to move around a room, right? Like,
Would he be able to, like, because he needs his keyboard with him too, right? How would that? I don't know if that would work.
I don't know.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Well, whatever. Guy sucks anyway, so he doesn't.
Yeah.
Guy's the worst.
He is. He's just too grumpy. He needs love. He needs love, but he rejects it.
We need a photo of Forte with like a Photoshop of your hat.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Can you do that and like send it to Brian and see if he'll post it?
I can try.
That'd be fun.
And then we can cut to the girl from Hook. You need a mother very, very bad.
Yeah.
All right, we good?
Yeah. I think that has officially done it. So that's gonna wrap up Beauty and the Beast and the Enchanted Christmas. I know it's a short one, but it happens sometimes. And what are you gonna do? But Jen, excellent pick to round out our Disney Cinematic December. Is that what it was?
No.
Disney Christmas December.
There you go.
Disney Christmas December. I was close. I wasn't too far off. Disney Cinematic December. That worked. Doesn't matter. Anyway, thank you for rounding it out with a fun one, and also just kind of an obscure pick too. Those are always great. So yeah, we're taking a bit of a winter hiatus, as everybody should. Enjoy the holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa,
Merry Chrysler.
Merry Chrysler,
Merry Craigslist.
Happy Krampus. Just
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, you know what? I mean, for all the Nadpoles out there, Merry Christmas. That's nothing for you guys. It doesn't matter. It's not for you too.
And Merry Craigslist.
Merry Craigslist. You've been watching too many memes.
Vines.
Whatever, dude. The Mary Chrysler one, that one does
I
get
know,
that
it's
one's
all about
funny.
that. So,
But yeah, great chat, everybody. We will stay tuned. Check us out here on Twitch for updates of when our next show is going to be. You should also be able to find that out on our Instagram. So check us out here on Twitch at GoodFlickas, Instagram at good.flickas. You can send us an email at goodflickas2020. Let us know how we're doing, and give us a like, a follow, a share on YouTube at GoodFlickas. Check out some of our older shows, new ones to be posted. We got some we're working on, and thanks for being patient with all of us. It's been a crazy time, but we're all getting our lives together. Hopefully 2024 is, it's the year of the Flickas. We've got Jen, who's coming off the tail end of a promotion, me hoping I get one, Brian kicking ass in his internship and everything. Nick's over here is just, getting footage of dead bodies like he likes to do, and cutting together and stopping the bad guys. So
yeah, I'm cutting the footage, not the bodies.
oh yeah, good. Thank you for that distinction.
Just want to clarify.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing you all with us, joining us in 2024. Like I said, give us a like, give us a share, and we'll see you soon. Happy holidays, everyone.
Merry Chrysler.
Merry Christmas.
As long as there's Christmas, there's Christmas.
All right, have a good night.